All right. All right. Hello, everyone. This is the Mgtow Cowboy. Greetings and salutations. I this is an impromptu live stream. I had no particular plan of live streaming tonight, but I decided to anyway. And we'll see if it gets off the ground. If it does, that's great. Um, if it doesn't get off the ground, let's say within the first like 10 or 15 minutes, I'll probably cancel it. But I'm trying to get this off the ground and get people to call in. Let me take a minute and post the link, and we could all hang out for a while. All right, let's see here. Let's go to guests, invite guests. Let's copy this, copy that. Okay, let's try to put it in. Oh, I've just been so busy recently. I think I'm going on my, I don't know, seventh week. I think I just finished up my eighth week at my new job, and it's very good. It's very busy. I'm literally working almost 70 hours a week. In the low to mid 60s, but it's really kicking my butt. So much so that I'm not even posting regular. I'm not even posting regular content anymore. I come home and I'm just tired. So anyway, I'll tell a quick story right now. Um, so I've become a trucker, and trucking is awesome. I like trucking. I like trucking a lot. In many ways, I feel like I have found myself. You know, um, I almost lost my job like the second week of this. I almost lost my job the second week in. Here's what happened. I was still kind of new, and I was, not completely knowing what I was doing. And I went out. I was sent out. I can't remember where. I think to Lockport or to Joliet, Illinois, to go pick something up. And I go and pick it up, and I bring it back to the warehouse. And I dock. I back up the truck, or I dock. I park the truck, dock the truck in whatever dock number 5, dock number 10, whatever. And I thought I set both the trailer brake and the tractor brake, or both the tractor brake and the trailer brake. Well, I did not. I set one of them, but not the other. Or that is to say, I set the tractor brake, but I forgot to set the trailer brake. And that's going to become pertinent in just a minute. So I do that, and I do all the other stuff, and I go into the warehouse to get the forklift boys, the forklift guys to come and unload my truck. And so I do that, right? And so I get this one guy, he's a real cool guy, and he's unloading my truck. Well, I couldn't help but notice that the trailer was rocking back and forth. Not not like an inch or an inch and a half, which is normal, but like 6 inches, like 8 inches, which is not normal. And I even told him that. I kind of stopped him and I said, "Hey, I'll call the guy. I don't know. I'll call him Max." I said, "Hey, Max, you're a forklift operator. You're inside of trucks. You're inside the back of trucks all the time. Is this thing moving excessively?" And he tried to reassure me. He tried to, I guess you could say, he convincingly assuaged my fear or my worry by saying, "Oh, Joe, don't worry. As I've seen this all the time. Don't worry. It's not rocking back and forth too much. Okay, don't worry." And also, as I continuously unload your truck, the trailer gets lighter. The trailer gets lighter and lighter, and so it's easier to move. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Well, he was wrong and I was wrong. It was rocking back and forth so much that the dock plate. or I think technically it's called it's a leveler, the mechanical leveler, also known as a dock plate. It fell. Um, so just to quickly describe for anyone who doesn't know or doesn't they don't know their way around a warehouse and a dock. When a truck makes a delivery to a warehouse, it backs up into this big door called a dock or a dock door, and there's like this mechanical. It's a leveler. It's basically it's a metal or a steel bridge. It comes up and it connects it connects the dock or the warehouse with the trailer. This way, you could send in a forklift, to start unloading shit. Well, it basically the leveler it fell, and the reason why it fell is because there's this lip that comes up and it connects. It's the thing that actually connects the trailer, the truck, the trailer, whatever, the trailer to the dock. Well, the trailer was moving forward so much that the lip fell. Anyway, long story short, I could have caused an accident. I didn't, which is great, you know. But the point is, I say all that to say this: I was a new trucker. This was weeks ago. I could have lost my job from a simple accident. Um, and it's happened many times before. You could look up on YouTube right now, where whatever, just some guy. He's look up forklift accidents, or look up warehouse dock accidents. You'll see all kinds of shit like that. And basically, I almost caused an accident. Um, my second week in trucking, and it sort of was a big thing. Like four or five like drivers and a couple of forklift guys all kind of congregated around the that dock door where my truck was, and then a couple, and then this one veteran trucker sort of made a scene. He sort of shamed me publicly. He told us all to follow him outside, and he went outside, and he went to my truck, and me and like four other people, and he opened the door of my truck, and he showed everyone, look, Joe forgot to pop. Joe failed to set his trailer brake, and that's why the dock door plate. That's why the mechanical leveler. That's why the lip of the mechanical leveler slipped, almost causing an accident. Joe almost fucking killed this forklift driver. And if that happened, if he would have fallen, if for any reason we had to call 911 or I got injured, I probably would have lost my job. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Be very careful when you're starting a new job. Make sure you're, crossing your T's, dotting your I's. That happened. That was already like 4 or 5 weeks. When I think I think I just finished my seventh week, or my yeah, I think I just finished my seventh week, and I'll be starting my eighth week on Monday. But yeah, just be careful. Be careful with these new jobs. Things can go wrong. Make sure you learn everything you have to. What if you fell? What if there was not? I mean, we could play what if all day. What if an asteroid hits the Earth next week? But still, just be careful out there. Anyway, yeah. So that's the boring work story I just had for you guys. Give a nice 6 or 7 warm up, 5 or 6, 7 minute warm up into the video, into the live stream. If anyone wants to call in, that's essentially the point of this, is a live stream hangout where people can just kind of talk. I'll probably play video games in a couple hours, but I'm just so damn tired from this new job, literally pulling these 70-hour work weeks. I'm laying in bed. Is laying in bed, lying in bed, lying in bed? I never know which one to say. I'm lying in bed right now. I think that's yeah. I'm lying in bed right now, and I'm up. I've gotten plenty of sleep, but I just don't feel like doing anything physical. I made myself a small meal. Well, after work, immediately after work, yesterday technically, I didn't go home and go to sleep. I went to the gym and I splashed around in the pool, and then afterwards I went to Walmart. And by the way, oh man, that's another thing we should talk about if you guys call in. Man, prices are up. Prices are up, man. I went to Walmart today. Um, let's see. I thought I remember like a year ago. I don't remember a year ago, a dozen eggs were like $1, or like 99 cents, or maybe they were like $1.25. Um, I bought today. I bought 18 eggs. I did a hell of shopping today. I bought 18 eggs for $4.50. I couldn't believe how expensive it was. I mean, that's ridiculous. Um, yeah, I mean everything is up. Everything. I can't remember the prices of everything, but I just remember that like it was like sticker shock. It was like sticker shock times two. I was like, oh my God. I mean, we're approaching $5 for 18 eggs. I can't remember, dude. I remember a year ago, a dozen eggs. You could buy eggs at the dollar store for 99 cents. No joke. So I don't know. That doesn't bode well. I definitely see inflation. Um, yeah. Anyway, yeah, immediately after work, I work from 5 p.m. to 5. I'm sorry, I work from 5 p.m. to 5 in the morning. And it's really nice that right at that time, right when I get off, the gym opens. And I go to LA Fitness. Um, LA Fitness is pretty nice. I like it. I got like I think I have the second to, there's different tiers or tiers. There's different levels, of memberships. I think the second highest membership, it's called the gold membership. I can go to any, I can go to any LA Fitness anywhere in the nation, except for, something called executive. There are these special LA Fitnesses called the executive clubs, and I think they've got like masseuses in there, and they have like hot towel service and shit like that. I have to pay, I think I'm technically supposed to pay an extra $15 per visit if I ever want to go to one of those. But they usually just let you in, especially if you're a gold member. But anyway, yeah, right after work, instead of this is after working a 12-hour shift. Instead of going home and just sleeping, I I go to I'm just telling you guys what I did yesterday. I went to immediately after work. I went to the gym, and then after that, I went to Walmart. Prices are way up. Um, what else did I do? Yeah. Oh man, yeah. And then I guess I just came home and freaking, I don't know, man. I'm just busted. I'm just tired. I'm working too much. But anyway, I felt bad. I haven't made any content. I think the last time I made a video, I think the last time I dropped a video on my YouTube, on my Mgtow channel was like 7 days ago, a full week ago. So that's not good. Anyway, yeah, if anyone wants to call in, man, please call in. I wouldn't mind. I see you. I see you. Let's see. Let's go through. Who do we have here? Got a vital message. What's up, man? I see you. Hope you're doing well. Shinobi. Hello, Shinobi. Always good to see Shinobi. Shinobi, I have been meaning to interview you. This would be a perfect time to interview you if you're up for it. I'm feeling a little tired and like worn down, but we can still do an interview. Mr. Richard Teal. Hey, what's up, Richard? Oh man, I remember you. You are you are the poster child, in my opinion. You are the poster child for why any decent man should go Mgtow, why any decent man should just completely eschew marriage. It's just not worth it in this day and age. Sad to say it. But anyway, let's see. Yeah, I posted the link. Yeah, I definitely posted the link. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. If I can't, please call in. Anyone, everyone. If I can't get people to call in, I'll probably just end the stream in another 5 minutes, 6 minutes. Anyway, let's see. I guess I think I got a couple jokes. Let's see. Joke number one. What do you call a woman with one wooden leg? What do you call a woman with a wooden leg? You call her Peg. Get it? Peg, Peggy, peg leg. Okay, that's bad. Okay, here's another joke. What do you call a woman? What do you call a woman with only one leg? You call her Eileen. Eileen. Get it? Hey, you get it? Yeah, you get it. All right. Oh, let's see what I got here. Looks like I got a guest. Someone named Joy. I don't think I've ever seen or spoken with Joy. Oh, wait. Oh, looks like they dropped. Oh, man, looks like they dropped. All right. All right. Let's see. I got another joke for you. Oh yeah, okay. You guys know pirates like Pirates of the Caribbean. Um, what's a pirate's favorite letter of the alphabet? It's you guessed it. It's R. R. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Do you guys know you guys know a pirate's second favorite letter of the alphabet? What's a pirate's second favorite letter of the alphabet? It's the C. R boy. Get it? The C. They sail the seven seas. Okay. Did you guys hear about that recent pirate movie coming out? I think it's coming out in just a couple weeks. It's rated R. Okay. Okay. That's terrible. Um, yeah, no, I don't got much, man. I'm literally just lying in my bed, man. Just like trying to trying to recoup from a crazy work week. Um, I was hoping some people would call in. If anyone's out there, call in. Man, it's supposed to be a hangout. Let's see. I suppose I could tell like a Mgtow story. I guess. What's the latest Mgtow story? Yeah, I guess I'll share a couple of short Mgtow stories. Uh, there is this one gentleman at work. His name is I'll just call him Geo. Well, and it's okay, whatever. You can share his first name. His name is Giovanni. There's this guy I know at work. His name is Giovanni. He has a position that is lower than mine. I'm not going to be specific, but um, there's different people. There's people who work in the warehouse. There are drivers. There are people who work in the office. There's people in HR. There's management. There's all these groups of people where I work. It's a huge place with hundreds of, I don't know, probably less than 500 people, but definitely more than 100. Um, and one of my underlings, he uh, he was telling me, unfortunately, he had a an incident, and it has to do with getting a woman pregnant and having to pay child support.
Oh,
Oh,
that's unfortunate.
we have Mr. Polska Bob with us. Hello, Polska. How are you, sir?
Hey, cowboy, what's going on?
Oh man, I'm just trying to recoup from a hard day's work, hard week's work. What are you up to?
I just got done streaming with Chaos, and I'm heading to the bar. So, but go ahead. I didn't want to interrupt your
Okay.
story.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah. No. I was actively asking for participation for people to call in. But yeah, just to finish the story, so I've been working at my current place of employment now going on 2 months. And so I've had an opportunity to befriend, or at the very least, to meet and speak with a number of individuals. One of them is a guy named Gio. I'll call him Gio, or his name is Giovanni, and he is. I don't want to be too specific. He's an underling. Let's say he does a job that it makes less than me. There's different types of people. People in the warehouse. There's truckers. There's management. There's HRs. People in the office. Anyway,
Yeah,
he works.
he's a loader.
Well, maybe. I mean, I'm not saying he's not a forklift operator. I'm not saying that he is or that he isn't. But if
Okay,
anyone
go
knows their way
ahead.
around the warehouse. Anyway, so there's a break room, like 4 or 5, tables and chairs, and people congregate. I've had the opportunity to talk to him, and it's just, this MGTOW thing it's all around me. So he's a classic example of like essentially a MGTOW who doesn't know he's a MGTOW. I think he's like 30. I think he's 30. He's got a kid.
Okay, okay, but he's got the pregnancy scare.
No. Oh no. He's already paying child support. This is child
Uh,
support. Yeah, this is another cautionary tale about child support. Whatever. He's a nice guy, workaday guy. But he's just another example of like, I guess he's living with his parents, and the girl that he got pregnant, she's living with her parents. He got her pregnant, and he was talking about how like, oh yeah, in the beginning she was so cool. The kid's like 1.5. In the beginning, she was real nice. She was so cool. Everything was good, and then like out of nowhere, she turned ugly, and then she got the courts involved, and now he's having to pay whatever 500 a
Wait, wait,
month for.
wait a second. Let's back the truck up here. Is he married?
No, no, no marriage, no marriage. Just
And,
he met a girl. He met a girl.
and
He got her pregnant.
they don't cohabitate at all.
No, no, right. He still lives with his mom and dad, and so does
Yeah,
she.
yeah. But I'm
So
saying so. For child support, they're not married. They don't cohabitate. Granted, they are parents, but she got the court involved just because of that.
well, and when you say just because of that, I mean yeah, just because of money. It's money. If he's working full time, and he is, and he's I would say on average, um, everyone at my job works about 50 hours a week. He's making less than me. I know he's making at least like 17 or $18. Let's say 18, and he's been there for a while, so he's probably making 18. Even at $18, 50 hours a week, and after 40, that's
He's,
time and a
yeah,
half.
he's probably pushing 50 grand a year after
Well,
taxes.
yeah. So the point is, you know, wouldn't she want some of that money, right? And so
What
that's
does she
obviously.
do?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. He told me, but I can't remember. But it's just another example of like this kid, this guy. He's not a kid. He's 30 years old. He doesn't even know. He doesn't even know that he's Mgtow. He's a Mgtow, but he doesn't even know he's a Mgtow. And he's talking to me, and he's like lamenting the fact that like, oh man, or he's I guess he's like he's Mexican, or he's American. He was born here, but his parents were born in Mexico, and he kind of has that old like traditional like Catholic like mindset,
Yeah,
like, and
yeah.
he's
I
lamenting.
I I kind of had the feeling he was brown.
Yeah, yeah, right, right, right. Yeah, he's a brown skinned Mexican. Or I mean, he's American. He was born here, but his parents are both immigrants. I mean, with a name like
We, 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 yeah,
Giovanni,
with Giovanni. And you don't want to. Browns have that name too. It's not necessarily an Italian name.
right? Exactly. You got it. That's right. Exactly. It's also right Hispanic name.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I know Giovanni. That's Brown, and so yeah.
well, and I'm talking to him, and I'm trying to, of course, I'm trying to lay on the MGTOW spiel on him, and it's just
I
sad because before I could ever get to a man like him, and now he's stuck. Now he's stuck. And the kid's literally the kid's like 1.5, I think, is the kid is approaching 1.5. He's on the hook for the next 17 years. He's stuck.
Yeah,
So
he is.
yeah, yeah, that's so very sad. And I see this everywhere I go. I talk about it. I see it everywhere I go. I'm surrounded essentially by MGTOW men. They just half of them don't even know. Most of them don't even know that they're MGTOW. And he's talking to me. He's lamenting the fact. He's like, man, girls, they don't want to get married anymore. They don't want to. They're not traditional. This and this. And I'm like, yeah,
You don't
yeah,
want that. That's kind of more traditional with Mexican families and stuff like that, right? Because they are strictly Spanish Roman Catholic, and too in my family, and we're Polish Roman Catholic. I don't fucking practice it anymore. I haven't in a long time, but that's the same traditions we're taught and brought up with, right? You're supposed to marry the girl, you get her pregnant, right? And now she doesn't want to get married.
no, no. And he was lamenting that fact. He was saying, yeah, I kind of thought we'd, get married and, all that good stuff. And but she don't
Wow.
want that.
So the feminist cancer has even infiltrated traditional Mexican Roman Catholic fucking human nature that they've been doing for thousands upon thousands of years. It's infected it.
Uh, yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. That's fair to say. That's fair to say. Yeah. The immigrant groups, um, yeah, even the Mexicans now, the women are becoming more, whatever, entitled. And so, yeah, I see it all the time. What I'm thinking of doing? I know maybe this would be considered wrong, but I'm thinking of maybe putting like a Mgtow sticker in the bathroom stalls uh, of my, because adjacent to the rest, adjacent to adjacent to the break room is a restroom, with like four or five different stalls, bathroom
You
stalls.
know what, Cowboy? I think that's a bad idea.
Yeah, it might be a bad idea.
Yeah, does your company have an HR department?
Yeah, they certainly do.
Okay, bad idea. Don't do it.
Yeah, maybe not, right? Because if someone got wind,
Yeah, right. Well, even though it's a bathrooms and they can't put cameras in there, but they can certainly try to figure out who the hell it was.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, you're right. That's a bad idea. So,
Yeah, bad idea.
well, I haven't done it or anything, but when I was doing over the road trucking, I was thinking of doing that. It's like just placing a MGTOW sticker, and just think about it
You don't
before
want
someone takes.
you don't want as you're traveling. Yeah, do it. Especially as you're traveling.
Right, right. And I can definitely do that, but I only travel within 150 miles of Chicago, so you know.
Yeah, and think of all the influence you can spread because
Yeah, yeah.
you're doing that trip how many times a week? You know.
Right, right. On Friday. So I guess technically are we in yeah, technically we're in Sunday. Yeah, Friday, I went from Chicago to Milwaukee and back 3 times. So um that was basically my day on Friday. Yeah,
Yeah, no.
People like Brandon Trueblood, I want to buy him some stickers. I want to buy him like 100 MGTOW stickers, like little decal stickers.
Oh,
And I want to try to convince him to, you know.
good luck sending it to him because he's all over the place. He came through Chicago this morning.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was sort of that's what I meant. Like when people pop into Chicago, make sure to give them, here's 50 stickers, put them everywhere. But
no, yeah,
I guess
yeah.
he's gone by now.
He rolled through probably like around like 10 or 11, and he drove all the way through to Indiana. He stopped somewhere out there. He's heading all the way to New York.
Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, I wish him well. He's gonna make a lot of money. Um, yeah, over the road trucking, it's hard, man. It's hard on your body, but the money is definitely there. I would say they make at least like 10 to 15% more than what I make, you know. So that's basically not that's basically like not paying taxes. That's how I see it. So anyway.
Except for the more you work, the more they take, right?
Yeah, there's that too, right? Right. And the more that's right. Once you make more and more and more, you go into a higher tax bracket. Yeah, well, that's true as well. So anyway, what's up with you? What's new and exciting?
Things are getting busy, man. It's Thanksgiving weekend or Thanksgiving next weekend, and we're about to go full shift into our busiest time of the year. So I'll be very, very busy till New Year's Eve.
Okay. There's I think I brought in a third guest. Are you there?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, what's up, man? Please introduce yourself.
I'm just new. I'm just listening to you guys. I caught on to you guys a few months ago, so it's like I saw you live, so I came over to say hi.
Oh,
Well, welcome
I'm
to the
honored.
stream.
I'm sorry.
I said, welcome to the stream.
Yeah, life's wild, right?
Yeah,
What's your name, sir?
it never stops moving.
Oh, I don't have a YouTube or anything. I'm just gonna stay this way.
Okay, okay, that's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Um, do you care to share any of your life's experiences, like who you are, what your age is, what part of the
How,
country you're from, anything like that?
I'm from the Midwest. I'm 33. Yeah, it's life's wild. I mean, 3 long-term relationships that kind of went bad.
so,
Sure,
so,
sure. Actually,
so
I have a connection.
how'd you
I'm sorry.
find Mgtow?
I think it was Kingy Mgtow is who I kind of stumbled upon. And then I think Mgtow Cowboy was talking to about Kevin Samuels a while back, and yeah, so came from the PUA community, so
Some of us come from that community. That's okay.
yeah, yeah. I I mean, it's wild. um, yeah, I just yeah, 3 long terms that didn't work out, and I think yeah, I don't even know what to really say about it. I mean, you guys have pretty much covered it.
Well,
When
did you
is
have any
the
kids?
No, no kids. Like that's kind of the thing.
Cohabitation?
Yeah, I've lived with 2 girls.
Oh my God! Did you have the micro divorce?
Oh, what's that? What was that?
The micro divorce? Do you know what that is?
Oh, I think I'm living it now.
Where you just kind of want to get out and you grab your only stuff, but all the stuff that you bought together, like dishes and stuff like that, she keeps and upgrades her collection. You
Yeah,
just
yeah.
walk out with your electronics.
Well, I got into the codependency thing, so I'm kind of working my way out of that now. Like, oh boy.
Hey,
Yeah, it's
Cowboy, I'll be right back. I'll jump back in the chat. All right.
uh,
Oh yeah. Oh sure, bro. No problem, bro.
yeah, the people what was it? Yeah, the micro divorce. I think that's where I'm at now. I've been hanging out in that for about a year, I think.
Yeah, right. I always welcome people to call in and to share their stories, to share their experiences, even if there are some, how can I put it, even if there is some negativity associated with breaking up, and divorces, child support, all these problems.
Yeah.
I have this idea. I don't know how long you've been following my channel, but part of my goal is to change the culture, essentially to raise the awareness among men about what's going on out here. Maybe you can share some of your stories. Have you ever, in fact, for that matter, can I perform a short interview on you? Anything you might want to share? Any MGTOW stories, breakups, paternity scares, anything like that?
Uh, yeah, go ahead for the interview.
Sure.
uh,
Okay.
yeah, we'll
Well,
see. I'll decline if I want.
okay. Right. Right. That's
Yeah.
another thing. I always say. I always preface everything by saying, if there's these are all personal questions, anything you don't feel comfortable about answering, you just say, no, I don't feel like sharing that information. Well, let's
Okay.
start with your name. What do you call yourself? What do you want to be known by?
I'll pass on that one.
Okay. Okay. Can we give you some sort of avatar? Like, what should people call you for the duration of this interview? Was it Joy or Jay or something?
We'll go with Jay. Call that Jay. We'll go with Jay.
Okay, we'll go with Jay. We'll go with Jay. So we have Jay here. Jay, what you said you're part of the Midwest. Do you care to be any more specific, a city or a state? What state are you from?
I'm kind of from all over, so it's more the Midwest.
Okay. Okay, I'm from the Midwest as well, as you probably know. I'm from Chicago. Are you university educated? Did you go to trade school? Were you ever in the military? Anything like that?
Yeah, I did the university. I did that, and I got my bachelor's, so that went a little south too. but but yeah, I did get that one. Uh, just the industry I was in was more networking industry, and I wasn't very good at that.
When you say networking, I'm sorry, you mean like IT? Is this something with computers?
No, like getting to know people and making money through people.
Oh, I see. Okay, you mean like
Yeah, a real
networking.
social business.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
What sort of work do you do now?
Well, I
You,
went
you
down.
could.
I
I
was a
was going to say
delivery
you could.
driver.
I was going to say you can be as specific or as vague as you want. I mean,
I was a delivery driver for the last few years, 3 years on that, and that didn't work out. So yeah.
what do you do? What are you doing now to support yourself?
I'll be getting into something similar to that again, but just it's been about a year. But that's where the Mgtow stuff came in because it's like you you're trying to figure out your life a little bit, and yeah, you like trust people, you know, and then they go wild, and you're like, what happened? What happened? You know.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's terrible. It's terrible. The the absolute havoc and destruction that people can bring upon your life. If you let the wrong people in.
I would have never guessed. I would have never guessed.
I'm telling you. Before we continue, let me just say hi. Let me publicly acknowledge Doug. Are you there?
Yeah, yeah. Good to see you, cowboy.
Doug, very, very good to hear from you. I've been hearing very, very positive things about you recently. Apparently, you're now working with you're a conductor or something. You're working for BNSF Railroad.
Yes, that's correct. I'm in Sioux City, Iowa. I got up here about 3 weeks ago. Got me a little studio apartment. The human resource department got my stuff mixed up, so my start date, unfortunately, got moved till December 19th. But I'll be getting trained to be a conductor for the railroad.
Oh man, that is a plum job. I've always, and this may sound a little weird, but well, no, it's not weird. But I've actually, what's the word? I don't want to say dreamed, fantasized. I've dreamed about
Mhm.
being a railroad conductor. You're basically a railroad driver, the guy the guy at the very, very front of a train, right?
That's correct. The engineer will be the guy kind of driving. My roles will be connecting cars and disconnecting cars, as well as like letting the engineer know speed situations coming up on which towns we're going to get close to and what the speed stuff is there too. So basically, the conductor kind of does all of the muscle work, and the engineer does all of the driving.
Okay, okay. Just out of curiosity, before we continue with the interview with this new gentleman,
Mhm.
can you talk for a second about like how long are you going to be expected to be on the road? I don't know what other term to use besides on the road, like
Yeah,
away from home, away from home.
I think so for it's going to be like I think a week by week thing. So I'll be during the 17 weeks of training. I'll be pretty much local where I'm at right now. I'll take a ride up to Sioux Falls, which is well, no, yeah, that's where I'll have to actually drive there, but they'll cover the cost of fuel. I'll get on a train and during the 17 weeks I'll be basically just getting trained by the conductors on how to do the job. Now once I finish that, after that 17 weeks is up, I'll be a conductor conducting the train, and at that point I think it's like a week at a time, like
Okay,
being on the road.
right,
Oh, that's
right. So
pretty cool.
you'll basically leave, and then let's say a week later, or 8 days,
Yeah.
9 days later, you'll be back home.
Yeah, pretty much. It's not like OTR driving. You're pretty much home every week, every other week, I think.
I
But either way, for me, it's okay because I'm
so what
single and
about
everything.
I was just about to say and the situation with the girls. So I mean, what do you
Mhm.
call these girls that you're going to be hooking up with on the train? Are they backseat Bettys or train stop Sallys? What?
I don't know because to be honest with you, the guys I've met have so far, and like I said, my start date got moved because the HR department got my files mixed up somehow. But I did go through a couple of days, and it's mostly men that are doing this job. So I'm not
Oh, I'm assuming.
I'm not
Oh yeah.
really like so. Yeah, yeah.
I was being facetious, of course. Okay, and just out of curiosity, I'm assuming they drug tested you and you had to do a physical and all that stuff.
Yeah, they did a hair follicle and actually 2 urine tests. Um,
Wow, they want to
so
make sure.
the
So
the
so like
the the first urine test is for drugs, but the second urine test is to make sure that you don't have diabetes or things of that nature. Or something might be in your system, like as far as your sugar levels are concerned. They want to make sure you're healthy. They gave me 2 piss tests
right,
and a hair follicle. Mm-hmm.
right. Okay, yeah. My
Yeah.
understanding is increasingly the new gold standard for drug testing is the yeah, what you just said, hair follicle testing goes back much further. It's much more accurate.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's great, man. Keep us updated. And when and if I'm not kidding. I've said this before. I say it again. I always say this. When and if any MGTOW men, red pilled and or MGTOW men, you find yourself in Chicago, and I can imagine,
Yeah.
Chicago is a major transportation hub. You will probably be passing through here.
Yeah.
If you ever have a weekend here where you're free, con- I always ask people to contact Polska Bob. Polska Bob
Yeah.
is sort of like he has everyone's phone number. He has like my
Mm-hmm.
personal phone number. He has everyone's personal Zombro's phone number. What's his name? Hamster. He has his personal phone number.
Mm-hmm.
Hammerhand. So if you're ever here, contact Polska, and he can get you in contact with me.
I would love to
And
do that. Yeah.
yeah, I'd be happy to meet you. I'll take you to the Golden Corral. It's becoming a tradition around here.
That,
I'm gonna have to take you up
that's
on
all.
that.
That I went to one today, Cowboy. I went
Oh,
to
okay,
one
very good.
today. Yeah, but that's all good. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'd love to meet you guys, and I do. I have Polska's number too. He's got mine.
Yeah, well, you've got pen pals here in Chicago. So
Okay, that sounds
if I
good
can
to
put you
me.
in if I can put you in the background now, of course you're welcome to stay, but if I can just finish the interview, it'll give you
Yeah.
at least 10 minutes. I'm sorry, was it Joy or Jay? You still there?
What's up? What's up?
Yeah. All right, we got Jay. He's back in the house. All right, so we got Jay. Let's see. What race are you? What are you? White Hispanic like me? Are you black?
I'm a white guy.
Mexican? White. Okay. White
Yeah.
single male. A white single male. 33, straight from the Midwest.
Yep.
University educated. Straight out from the PUA community, and now he finds himself. Jay, how do you identify yourself? Do you call yourself a red pill guy? You call yourself a MGTOW guy? What are
I
you?
really don't go in the boxes too much. I don't know. I don't really. I don't stick to too much of it. I just like some of your content, so I kind of jumped over here.
Oh, right. Okay. Um, could you maybe share with us some of your stories concerning? You said you've had numerous multi-year, at least multi-month, long-term relationships.
Yeah, it's been yeah, I'm in the I'm probably gonna be leaving in close to a 10-year one this time.
Wow,
Uh
10 years.
yeah.
That's half a marriage.
Well, yeah, I consider it a marriage. uh she doesn't feel the same, obviously. Uh Yeah,
Okay,
it's that and before this I had like it was like a not so serious bar lady. If I found somebody found at the bar.
sure.
Um and that was like 2 years with her, which mean well, at least yeah, that was pretty good. I mean that was a good time. I mean, I think we were both kind of in it, and like we kind of just went to the bar with each other. Um, so then,
So, so the last time, so you said you've been, I think if I recall correctly, you said you had four long-term relationships. Your last long-term relationship, that was the relationship that lasted 10 years?
no, this one currently, I'm leaving it now. This one, once I get on my feet, because I'm kind of codependent at this point, I'll be getting out on
You,
my own.
yeah, yeah, okay. You mentioned codependency. When you say that, do you mean like on a psychological level, or do you mean like a financial level, like you're living with her?
We live together. But
Oh,
yeah, we live together. It's been a long time living together. I mean, it's a marriage, in my opinion.
I see.
In my opinion, I mean that's where it's kind of the opposite. So
I see. Okay. Well, then,
yeah,
Therefore, or ergo, by the strictest definition, you are definitely not a Mgtow. I'm sure. Are you aware that technically Mgtow, the two tenets that buttress Mgtow are no marriage and no cohabitation?
Oh, that's after, like, yeah, after I get out of this, I'm thinking that might be the route I'm going to. I haven't decided. I've been watching your content and all. You guys have great content on a lot of things. Uh, yeah, it's gonna be tough. I mean, I don't know how you guys do it, really, to be honest. Like,
I was just about to ask you, how do you do it? Like, I mean, it could, for all I know, it's very pleasurable. I imagine you get regular sex, which is great.
oh no, not at all.
Oh no, she's been cutting back on that.
Yeah, that's kind of yeah, it's been like years of that. I
Are you
mean,
serious? No.
yeah, yeah. I don't want to.
Again, these are all personal questions. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's talk about that for a second. So you've been living with this woman for years. How many years have you been living with this current woman?
Uh,
More than 7 years?
yeah, it's been more than that.
More than 15 years?
Less than that.
Okay. So, and would you say you get sex at least once a month?
No.
Are you living in a sexless relationship? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, for the most part, I'm celibate.
I mean, but you're
Uh,
living with her, right? And it's a romantic
yeah.
relationship, right?
Well, like now, like it's apparently we haven't been together for a year. That's like news to me. So-
You said that, or she said that?
She said that. So like yeah, I didn't know that. So
Oh, wow. Okay,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
terrible.
it's strange. It's real strange. Like
I mean, don't you ever find yourself, just in a passionate moment, you just come up from behind her and grab her and caress her?
no, I don't do that. I, I learned that gets you into trouble, so I don't do that. Like
Ooh,
she yeah, she kind of made it like clear, like even like even if it looks like she wants to, she wouldn't want to. It's
wow.
yeah, it's really yeah, I'm telling you, my mind, that's why I came to you guys because I'm like, this shit doesn't make sense to me. So yeah, but
Okay. So okay, I don't know how new you are to my channel. I mean, at this point, I have over 700 videos. Do you know that I openly and publicly, um, how can I put it? Do you know I openly and publicly tell men that it's okay to frequent prostitutes?
no, I didn't know that, but I don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think it's acceptable to be, dare I say it, forced into celibacy?
I'll say that one more time.
Yes. Do you think, I'm asking you, do you think it's acceptable to be forced into celibacy? And that's what I'm saying. It appears to me that you are being forced into.
Well, I I I wouldn't say it's okay. Um, I mean, yeah, I don't think it's okay, but I think all situations are a little bit different. I mean, I could have went out with other people if I chose to, and I mean, but either way, I guess it would be like, yeah, I don't know. Like I could have like, but like I don't know. I mean, it's I don't think it's okay, but I wouldn't go with the prostitutes either. I mean, that's not how I view it. Um Plus, they're not really my flavor. I haven't seen many that would be that would be my type.
Sure. No, I totally
Yeah.
understand.
Uh,
If I may interrupt the interview again, if we can
yep.
all of us, if we can quickly give a warm welcome to Mr. Eric Zombro. Zombro, are you there, sir?
Yes, I am. I just wanted to interject really quick, and I had a couple of questions for Jay, if you don't mind.
No, please commandeer for a second. Go ahead.
Jay, I'm sorry to hear about your situation, brother, but does she know you're leaving?
Oh yeah. I think. Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. She wants me to leave, so so yeah.
Second question I have is, do you have like your finances tied together, or are you separate?
Well, my finances went really bad in the middle of all of that,
D-
so
d-
I'm kind of
do you still, but doesn't matter. Do you still have joint accounts?
just a lease.
You only have a lease together?
Yeah.
Fuck. All right. Is there any way you can get yourself off that lease? Because she could probably look. You've been together for a while. If she decides to really screw you, she can hit you up for alimony, possible
I
alimony,
Oh,
and possibly half the money of the lease. She can really screw you. You
well,
have to
I
find.
think
You have to see if there's any
I'm
way
gonna
you can buy yourself out of that lease.
okay. Thank you for that good advice.
Just
yeah.
I just don't want to see you get screwed, brother. I
Oh,
really don't.
I'm already halfway there, so no,
No,
thank you. I
look.
appreciate that.
I understand that, and where any one of us will be here for you if you need any advice. But
Okay. Yeah, I'm
you
getting
gotta,
on my feet now. I'm trying to get a
yeah,
job and get on my own on this.
get a job, get a new bank account. Don't tell her where you bank, and definitely try to see, even if you can borrow the money off of someone, buy your way out of that lease with your landlord, and
Okay,
just
yeah. Yeah, the landlord is actually the one that was kind of giving us the issue about getting my name off the lease.
yeah, that's a heads up move then.
Yeah. Thank you. No, I've been thinking about it. I
And
mean,
I hate to like seem like I'm being nosy or anything. I just want the best for you, brother. I really do.
no, I'm
But
with you. I thought we were married kind of thing, so it just went a little different than I thought. It's not yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
I just yeah. But
And like I
thank you.
said, you always got this community. We'll be here for you, man.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out exactly uh all the things with it. I mean, I've been watching you guys for a couple months through here, and
Yeah, look,
so
I got divorced in 2018. I moved to a new state with zip, zilch, nada. There is life after divorce. Trust me.
well, I was thinking about taking the homeless route and just going and just
No,
leaving. Yeah, I lost my car in the middle of it. I lost pretty much everything, so I'm rebuilding. So
it can
yeah,
be done.
yeah. I mean,
You're a young guy. It can be done.
okay, will do. Thank you, sir.
Best of luck to you, man. God bless.
Thank you. Do the same. God bless you.
Cowboy, I'm gonna jump out. Take care.
Sure. Great to hear from you. Yeah, so that was Eric Zombro. I'm gonna call you Jay. Jay, I don't know if you know, I don't know if you're cognizant of the fact that I've met for example, Pulse Kebab. I see Pulse Kebab all the time. Eric Zombro just jumped in. I've met Eric Zombro in person. He came to Chicago to meet me or to meet all of us. Were you aware of that?
I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
Oh yes, okay. So um the gentleman you were just speaking with, his handle or his avatar is named Eric Zombro. I've met Eric Zombro in person. Were you aware of that?
No, I didn't know that.
Okay, okay. Earlier this year, what, 5 months ago, 6 months ago? I think that 5 months ago, myself and Pulse Kebab, or I should say Pulse Kebab and we co-hosted the first national Mgtow meetup here in Chicago. Um, we had this idea that we fancy ourselves almost as like a ground grass what's the word, a grassroots. We see ourselves, we fancy ourselves like a grassroots support network for men who are in these sorts of situations. So, like in the case of Eric Zambro, he was a very distinguished member of his community. He was a New York City police officer. His wife, I think, was some sort of hotshot attorney. These aren't losers and bums you're speaking with. A lot of these guys are university educated. In the case of Eric Zambro, he was a power couple.
Yeah,
They
that
ended
sounds
making
like it.
money. He was a good guy. He had kids, everything. All of a sudden, the wife turns on him. She becomes alcoholic. She becomes abusive. He's living in a sexless marriage for over what, 9, 10 years, I think, before he got divorced.
Oh man, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, no, it's a crime. It's an injustice. And he's, he's a big, strong, whatever. He's like 6 foot or 6'1". He's this big, strapping dude. Of course, he's going to have a libido. It's normal. But of course, once you marry, right? Legally you cannot cheat. Legally, you cannot step outside your marriage. And so these
Mm.
basically, you're in a Mgtow spot right now. You're in it. You've heard you've heard of Mgtow, right? Right, Jay?
Yeah, yeah. Here's the thing. Like, I had a question though. Like, so like, I had a couple of bosses back in the day that were like, "Yeah, just don't get married," but then eventually they just ended up getting married again. I was like, but uh, I like, I mean, they had a pretty good family going on and all it, and then they got divorced, and then he moved out of town and whatnot. So it's like, that's where I'm kind of a little stuck. I'm not sure. I think if you're MGTOW, you have to kind of. I think it's kind of like a pledge almost, like not to chase women ever again, and that's where I'm kind of stuck in it
Um,
a little
yeah,
bit.
I mean it's interesting. I think there's even a discussion or a debate, let's say, within MGTOW, where even that I think is being contested. Again, I don't claim to know how new you are to the MGTOW community or the red pill community, but as of late, especially the last like 2 or 3 months, there's actually been kind of a fight, if you will. I don't want to say a fight. We're not fighting, but a debate within Mgtow. There's this idea that the Mgtow are stratified into different levels, and we claim that there are different levels. And the highest level, the most I don't know, the most astute, the most the highest level is called a monk, and these are men who do exactly what you just said. They essentially take a pledge of celibacy, and they say that the single best way to cure yourself of all these problems is to just not have sex with women. And I don't know, but I think the idea is that I think the monks see I think they see a certain truth, and that truth is I think that they see the truth that women, it's almost like you want to become unblackmailable, and that the one way that women can control you is through sex, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I agree with that to an extent. Yeah, but I think it like, yeah, I'm with you on that. Like they can. I think that's like more like emotional blackmail. Uh, yeah, they can. I think that's like more like emotional
Yeah, no.
blackmail. Uh, yeah, they can. I think that's like more like emotional
Yeah, no.
blackmail. Uh,
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I just brought someone on. Do we have an echo with the new guy? Is this crazy drunk? I just brought someone on. Do we have an echo with the new guy? Is this crazy drunk? I just brought someone on. Do we have an echo with
yeah,
the
that's
new
me.
guy? Is this crazy drunk? Okay. Okay. Crazy drunk. I just removed you. If you can fix your audio issue, I'll bring you back on. Let's have a couple of minutes elapse. Let's give him an opportunity to fix that. Yeah. No. Again, Jay. I'll call you Jay. Yeah. No. MGTOW at this point has become sort of a worldwide. We try not to call ourselves a movement. We try to call ourselves a predominantly online community of men who are concerned with men's issues, men's rights, um, and all the problems associated with what you could say modern dating and marriage.
Yeah, like most of the people are more like, I think, into like, I don't know. I had a hard time meeting people outside of work, so I ended up going to the bar and meeting people, and I didn't do the online thing very much or anything like that. So it's a different world, I guess. I mean, I grew up a gamer and stuff, you know.
There's a gentleman. There's a gentleman in the chat asking you a question. He's
Uh,
wanting me to direct a question to you. Mr. Hemi Four Speed asks Jay, um, how long has he been out of work and why? Do you care to answer that question, Jay?
yeah, I wasn't making enough money in the delivery service I was working on, and I lost my car. So then I decided to regroup. It was, I think it's going on a year, but 11 months. But I just got a job at the end of this month.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, like when you say delivery, can you be more specific? Because technically, I'm a delivery boy, but there's a big
Yeah.
difference
Personal
between
courier service, like an app delivery service, all of them, the gig workers.
right, the gig. Yeah, I was just about to say the gig economy type, where it's like you download an app on your phone and they'll say,
Yeah,
"Oh, go over here and pick these two items up, and then take them over here to this company or this residence or
yeah,
something."
yeah, like that. Yeah, that's what I was doing. I did that for 3 years.
Okay. So it's fair to say that you don't really have a career as of yet right now. You're still
I was
you do
switching careers. I used that as like a thing to switch careers, but I
sure.
didn't end up getting to the switch because of the drama. so, so now I'm starting just brand new and not really clinging to a career. I was looking in,
Okay.
I was looking into like the CDL driving like you guys do. I mean,
Oh,
I
I
wouldn't
highly
mind.
recommend it. I
I
highly recommend it. It'll totally change your life, and in short order. It's not going to take years and years. Within within 6 months, within 3 months, you'd have so much money. You'd be able to basically put a down payment on a new car, get your own place, blah blah blah. The problem is right now, legally, if my understanding is correct, you're kind of in a tight spot. I don't know. Again, I don't know what state you're in. Um, there is such a thing as common law marriage. If you are in a common law state, legally you could be because of the duration of time that you've been living with your girlfriend, you could legally be considered married. Are you
In
aware
the
of that?
state we're at, it would have to be announced as marriage, but consented between the two of us, like living, uh, like so like if I said if I were married and she said we weren't married, but we had a uh, like like so if we had a working relationship where people thought we were married, then it would be considered a marriage. But she has not consented to that, so
Okay.
so we're not married on that one. I do not believe common law is in our state of marriage, and we moved here midway through that, so yeah, I don't know if that would even count. So it'd be like
Is the
40s.
state that you currently live in is the state that you currently reside in? Is it also the state that you were raised in, or did you
No,
move around
I've
so much?
moved multiple times.
Any particular reason why you moved around so much?
One for college. The second one was I didn't like where I went to college, and then so that was the second one, and then I'll probably move one more time just to settle down. But other than that, uh, yeah, it's beautiful where we're at, so I had to move here.
Very good.
Yeah,
Very good.
that's why I moved here, and then it didn't, and then like yeah, it didn't work out.
Okay, you know what? I've got a couple questions real quick here. All
Yeah.
right. Okay. We need to know. Everybody needs to know your state laws, right? Your common law state laws. What is the state you live in? What is your common law is? Because in some states, it's literally all you need to do is have one billing address to a utility or a phone bill. That's it. And you are considered cohabitating. Okay. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The state considers you to be cohabitating and marriage because the state knows that nobody wants to get fucking married anymore.
Right. Okay. So I
Yeah.
agree with everything Coach Bob just said. However, there are other considerations. Okay. First off, most states in the union are no longer common law, or I
Yeah,
should say
that's
common law
changed.
marriage. I'm sorry.
That's not true, cowboy. A lot of them are.
No, I think
I'm gonna
if I
take a
remember.
Google search on that one.
Yeah. I was gonna say. I think it's
Um,
only like seven. There's only like 17 states that still have what we call common law marriage. There's not many. We've been systematically getting rid of it, which is good. Which is good for men in this
Seven,
particular.
seven.
Wow, there's only
7 states, including
And,
DC.
and
Okay, I thought it was 7.
how
I thought it was
long
17.
is it considered?
Well, I don't know.
That's
I
a
don't.
that might get
I
that
don't.
might get a little bit more deep. Let me see. I'm looking at Wikipedia.
That's what you need to actually look at. Is like I know we get this little dead space in the air here, right? When we go, how long does it need to be considered? But it can be as little as 30 days or as little, or as long as fucking 10 years. But all it takes is one bill to one address. That's it.
Well,
Depending on the state.
Right.
doesn't alimony typically go to the person who makes more money?
Yes.
Yeah, that wouldn't be me then.
Well, alimony is when the man pays the woman.
You
Alimony.
don't want
Alimony is when the
you
female
don't
pays
want that's never gonna work in your favor at all. That's never gonna work in your favor. You need to get a good ass lawyer because the fucking family court will always rule against you. Want to know why? Because you got a dick.
Well, yeah. Polska, he's kind of new. He's really new to the community.
I understand this, and we're kind of giving him a lesson in this, but he's got to understand this. This is a straight up fight. This is a war. You can't take this lightly. What's his name? Johnny, right?
Right now he's going by Jay. He's going by Jay.
Okay, Jay, this is a straight up war against you. You need to lawyer up and fight this with everything you have. Every single dollar.
Now hold on. Now hold on. No, there's nothing to fight yet. She hasn't taken him to court as of yet.
Yeah, but you need to fucking solidify your defenses against this offensive that's going to come for you. That's what I'm saying.
We should probably stay, I think, in the present. I mean, we could play what if all day. What if she takes him to court? I don't see that happening right now. What it seems to me is, she has become disaffected with him.
Hold on. Do we have a child in custody here?
No.
Okay, so that's it, and it's just it's gonna be a micro divorce.
Pretty much,
Basically, he has no kids with this woman, and he's not legally married. The only thing he really needs to do is he needs to
my best piece of advice to you is to grab your electronics, everything you bought together, just give it to her because they're going to give it to her anyway, and walk out with your electronics and your electric records. That's it. Boom. Go.
Thank you. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. I mean, I should be out of here as fast as I can get money to get to another place.
I'll jump back in the chat.
Sure.
Thank you for the advice.
That's Polska Bob. He's an actual friend of mine, like in real life. I just saw him last week. He is a raging alcoholic, but he's still my friend. It's funny, but it's not funny.
Oh yeah, I gave up everything, so like I don't do any of that anymore.
Yeah, that's good.
Tobacco's the last one. I mean, I love tobacco.
No, I understand. I smoked I smoked on and off for 6 or 7 years. So,
well, he was totally right about common law. I've been reading about it. So, but I live in a pretty leftist state. But from what my understanding on the state I live in, it has to be. So here's the rule on that. In which a couple took up residency together, held themselves out to the world as a married couple, and otherwise behaved as a married couple. So that would be like the rules.
Right. And that's you. I mean, you've lived with this woman for, you said, years and years. That is definitely comporting yourself or behaving like a married couple.
Yeah, make sure that shit don't show up on Facebook and shit.
By the way, if I may take a moment, is crazy drunk there?
I am here, Mgtow Cowboy. I am here.
Hey, what's up? I saw you. I just brought you in. Have I had the opportunity to speak with you before?
I'm sure you have, and we have our differences when it comes to prostitutes, but that's about it.
Okay, okay. Because I feel like I feel like
Oh yeah,
I
we've definitely bullshitted before.
yeah I feel like I feel like I recognize your voice. Okay.
Yeah, I sound like a dumb fuck through the fucking mic. I hate it.
What? No, 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 not at all, not at
I
all. I
sound
just
like a monotone moron. I swear to God, I hate it. I listen to my own voice. I'm like, what the fuck? And I get pissed because I'm like, I don't think I sound like that. But whatever. Fuck it.
right, right. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, Jay. I mean, in a way, in a way, you're in a good spot because you
Somewhat
don't have any.
decent.
I mean,
Depends. I mean, you're in a situation where you're not married, and you could probably get out of it, and hopefully not get tied down for any reason, especially
right,
child alimony. That's
right,
fucking big.
Yeah.
right. I was just about to say that. That's really. You're not married. You don't have shared assets, and there's no kids. So this could feasibly be very easy for you to exit stage left. Really, what you need to do is you're at a stage in your life where everyone, and I went through this. I'm very much a late bloomer. Um, Even by your late 20s, everyone treats you like shit if you're not making a lot of money. No one treats you
Yeah.
like a child anymore at your age because you're not. You're an adult. And
Yeah.
as Professor Jordan Peterson says, the worst thing in the world is a grown up who's still acting like a child. And I think that's how maybe a lot of people see you, especially if you're not making serious money.
Yeah, I'm not going to look down on you about that. I'm going to say that at least 25 years of age, I'm going to say that you need to figure out a
Well, I had a
proverbial
job.
career
I had a
path.
career. I went into the. I went and I did what I went to school for. It just never paid decent money. That's what happened there.
Okay,
And
what
Then
job
then
was that?
it's
I
not a
mean,
career.
I know that might be personal, but what job was that? Because like, if I was to say it was tenor's work, which means sheet metal, which would mean duct work, I would say, yeah, you didn't make a lot of money. That sucks. Hopefully, you didn't spend a lot of money on college for that.
yeah, no, I spent a lot of money on college.
Oh,
Yeah, and
Do
it
you have
wasn't sheet work. It was
do you have
anything in the trades makes a lot more money. I mean, even the truckers make more money than me.
do you
So,
if you don't mind me asking, do you have college debt?
yeah, I still have a lot.
Okay. Do you
So,
mind me asking how much? 10,000, 20,000, 40,000,
uh,
more than 40,000?
way more than that.
oh my God, you're in trouble.
Yeah, well, no,
Very big
it'll be
trouble.
fine. I'm not too worried about it. I mean, I've had it for 20 years, 10 years, something like that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me share with you a quick story of hope. There's a gentleman I know. I'm thinking in the future he may become one of my mentors. His name is Mr. Tate, Mr. David Tate. I met him by chance. He helped me out. He's a fellow trucker. I'm a trucker. He's a trucker. We work for a company. And he's an owner operator. And he was telling me all about it. He was like, "Yeah, yeah, Joe," or my name is Joe. He says, "Yeah, yeah, Joe, you can become an owner operator. You're in a perfect position. You don't have a wife. You don't have kids. At Before taxes, he makes like $180,000 a year.
Oh, sweet.
Now, now his company, all he does, he owns one truck. His company is he bought a truck. He told me all about it. Bought a truck, he fixed it up, and now he contracts through the company that I work with, and whatever they take whatever 17% of the gross, and the other 83.5% they kick back to blah blah blah. 100 His company makes like $300,000 a year. His company, but he has to whatever.
Yeah, pay stuff.
Gasoline or diesel is like $10,000 a month. It's $20,000 a year for insurance. You gotta get a, it's called PM, preventative maintenance on his truck. You got to get an oil change every 25 days and this and that. But anyway, at the end, and he works his ass off. The guy's working like guys work. I'm working 60 hours a week. He's working 70 hours a week.
Hmm.
Before taxes, he's making $180,000 a year. After taxes, Well, I don't even know. What do you guys think after taxes? How much would 180 be? 140? 130 maybe?
Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, probably something like that.
The
That's
point
good
is
money though.
he's making great money. He's making great money. You can ask Polska Bob. I've been showing Polska Bob my pay stubs last week, and this is after taxes. And you could say I'm bragging. You could say I'm bragging. I
You're
made over.
bragging, man.
Ha ha ha. Well, I deserve it because I made the sacrifices.
Yeah, you gotta work your
Last
ass off, man.
last week, I made after taxes over $1,300. That's that's not like a mountain of that's
It's not chump change, but it's enough to fucking really do some damage, especially if you're in a debt. But Cowboy, I'm a 40-hour a week guy. I'll make $900 a week, but I'm also in the trade of
before
refrigeration. So um,
before taxes or after taxes.
after, I don't even look at taxes. I hate taxes. So
Okay, so
Yeah.
that 900 that you're talking about, that's after you've paid your taxes.
yes, sir.
Okay, so that's pretty good. 900
Yeah,
after
it's not
taxes
it's
is
not
pretty good.
bad. It's not bad, and I
Oh,
can promise you, I worked 40 hours to achieve it. So
oh wait, I remember you. I remember you. You're that boy. You're the HVAC kid, right?
I'm a refrigeration tech.
Yeah.
I can't say I'm HVAC because unfortunately, in the field of refrigeration, we have to achieve colder temperatures. If we have to be minus 35 when it's 110 degrees out, we have to have our winter clothes year round.
Okay, right. I think I remember you.
Yeah, you should. I definitely remember you. Like I said, we disagree on prostitutes, so.
Yeah, yeah. We can get into that in a little bit once we're done with Jay.
Nah, I don't feel
We got.
like it. But the biggest thing was I guess talking to this guy here is like, besides the trucker business, refrigeration's also a very safe route. Because as you can imagine, truckers are very important because you got to get stuff from point A to point B, no matter what the fuck happens. And guess what? Meat spoils, blood spoils, fucking shit spoils if it ain't cold enough.
Come
So
fix my truck, man.
I can't do your truck because unfortunately it's
Oh
outside my
no,
scope.
you can't do the
I could
the
probably
refrigerant.
bullshit it. I could probably bullshit it, but I'm not going to if I can help it. That's just what it is. I fix my own air conditioner, but if it's somebody else's air conditioner, fuck you. I don't fucking care.
Oh, I was thinking the refrigerated trucks.
Refrigerated trucks,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
like a big ass 16-wheeler or no 18-wheeler fucking produce truck. I had to fix them motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And guess
Oh,
what? I
really?
fixed them motherfuckers. Yes, I have.
Oh,
Absolutely. Windy
Oh
ass
wow.
fucking day outside, fucking inch and 3/8 pipe, and a company called Greenberg Fruit. Yes, I have had to fix their refrigerated truck refrigeration for their produce trucks.
Yeah. So that's what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking the truck air conditioner. I can live without that.
But
But
anyway,
yeah.
field of refrigeration is one of them backup fields that are very safe. So like electrician, like plumbing, like truckers. There's a lot of places that are very, very safe in Great Depressions, and that's
Uh,
the things you got to think about.
so getting started in one of those things, what would you recommend? Would you recommend go to school? Like I'm from the college, go to college, go get something.
Find a company, join up with them, talk about schooling, get a year and a half education. You got to get your EPA license because you can't handle refrigerants.
well,
And
now. See, now, if I'm sorry, if I may interrupt. Okay, now I think he's specifically talking about refrigeration and like HVAC stuff.
yes,
Even before getting into that, I would say this is more of a philosophical thing. I'd recommend. I don't know what term to use. I say I'm a late bloomer. I joke around, but you need to do some soul searching, and you got to figure out what you want to do.
I'm
So
with him.
when I was a year or maybe 2 years younger than you, Jay, or we're calling you Jay for the duration of this, I finally got the good sense of getting my CDL. So back in 2017, I got my CDL, and but I should have gotten my CDL 4 or 5 years before that. But I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know. So that's really what you got to figure out right now, and you got to kind of hurry up on that because you're getting older. What do you want to do? You want to be a cop? You want to be
Oh
a plumber?
no
You want to
way.
be
And a part of me has got to agree with Cowboy, but here's the problem with my experience. I mean, like Cowboy, if you fix your truck, there's a lot of knowledge in running a truck you probably understand and keeping the truck running, right? Well, my knowledge is based upon keeping a house going. So if you ever want to own a house, the knowledge I have, I can put in my own lights. I can put in my own plumbing. I could put in hard water directly to my water spigots. Put in a water softener myself. I can bypass a goddamn uh, uh, water softener and make sure that I have only hard water to my water spigots outside, have soft water to everything else, and then I have a RO system to my sink and to my refrigerator. That's the shit I know. And I had to fix my air conditioner fucking 7 fucking times. It probably cost me like, I don't know, $3,500. That's a fun shit I do. And then my neighbor had his air conditioner went down, and I didn't fix it for him. Apparently, it took him like almost 10 days. It was like a hot week, 100 plus, and I could fix my own air
sure.
conditioner that day on a
Again,
Saturday for $125.
right, right.
Okay. I
Again, though,
see what you're
the point
saying.
is
I'm just
the
saying.
point is
I'm
You
force
just
do
yourself.
something
saying.
that helps you out in your free time too.
If
I
you
get what you're saying.
if you have a house, the skills that I have, whether you use them or not for a profession, they are fucking awesome to have. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Thank you, sir. I
No, no,
appreciate
that's
that.
good.
No,
That's
that's
good.
great
Again,
advice.
the problem is I'm sorry, who's this drunken? Let me
Crazy
remove
drunk pedestrian or
cra- cra-
CDP.
okay, right, crazy drunk pedestrian. You're maybe at a more advanced level. He's more at the ground floor. The first thing he has to do is he has to figure out essentially what he's going to do for work. He's at a stage where, correct me if I'm wrong, you're you need a career now. You got to stop pussyfooting around. You got to figure out what you want to do. You got to hurry up quickly, figure it out, and then get into
Yeah,
it.
I'm gonna agree with Cowboy. This is probably a faster route to go with him because it's gonna take 6 months. If you went with my route, you're probably a year and a half plus, a year and a half plus to just get good at it.
Well, again, so but the
Okay.
point is, he has to figure out what he wants to do. Do you have any idea what you think you might want to do as like a career? Again, a trucker, a cop, a plumber. Have you ever thought of becoming an electrician? Crane operator.
Yeah, the trades I haven't really looked into too much. That was the one thing I didn't look into when I was in high school. I mean, that's the last time I really revisited that. Uh, like I wasn't too. I'm not. I was thinking sales somewhere, just getting to sales. That's where I was gonna go. With the
Oh,
knowledge I
okay.
know. Um, Yeah, but the trades would work. I mean, the problem I'm having with that is the certifications getting in, and I personally don't want the company paying for it. I'd rather walk in with my own certs. Uh,
Well, then you need
uh,
to be. I mean, then you need to. Oh.
yeah,
Well, then you gotta get them yourself. Okay.
yeah. Like but I see. I like I came from a business where certifications didn't really matter too much. You could get certified, you could not get certified. You wouldn't really change your pay at all. Um, Yeah. So,
Well, in many of these trades, certs are extremely important. Of course, for example, right now I am mentoring two young men. One of them is a 27-year-old black man or a black guy who lives with me, or he doesn't live with me. He's my neighbor. He lives in the same apartment complex. Never had a father. Had a mother. Mother wasn't very nice. Didn't give him enough direction. And now he's telling me he's interested in becoming a trucker as well. And so I'm getting him started. With the literature. I got him the book. There's another young man. He's a Mexican American. Um, he's 29. He just texted me yesterday. He just got his CDL permit,
oh,
not the license.
congratulations.
Right, right, right. Right. So you see where I'm driving towards this. I guess that's a double entendre right there. Yeah. So part of what Mgtow men talk about, red pill Mgtow guys talk about, is economic empowerment. We're in a society where as a man, you're gonna be judged by how much money you make, your ability to support yourself. Do you have a car? Like here, I'm poor. I'm not rich yet. I'm not rich. I got a car paid off. I got my own apartment. My apartment is lavishly decorated. I got multiple computers. I got a TV. Yeah, I just bought myself a huge. I'm actually going to give it to Polska Bob. What's it called? A 1.75. About a handle of Captain Morgan spiced rum for Polska Bob. It's nice to have a little scratch, to have a little money. And so
Yeah.
we MGTOW men, we push that onto new guys like you, economic empowerment.
Yeah, I I just never really wanted the money. That's the issue I ran into. Like, I mean, it's been 15 years or so. I've been all right. I mean, I just never really wanted the money. Like, that's the only thing that really changed. Maybe I think you're right though, because it would give you some leverage, I guess, in certain ways. But I mean, it's kind of changed. I mean, as far as like the reason I'm here is kind of like, do I want to even get into another relationship? And it's not even the thing I want to think about first. It's just like that's kind of something that weighs on me a bit. um, and it's like, so like money though. I mean, it is what it is. Like I feel like it's easy to come by, my personal opinion. uh, but I don't have any.
Okay. Well, this is. I'm going to ask this question. I don't mean it to offend you, but it is a pertinent question. It is germane to the subject. Um, if it's so easy to come by, how come you don't have any of it? You feel me?
No, not at all.
Okay,
I live.
okay,
Yeah, no, I don't want to insult you either.
okay.
Oh,
Let me explain my
you do have money.
situation,
Oh,
so
so you
that
have
way you
money.
might have an idea. Okay, I've purchased my own house. I have extraordinary parents. They put a $30,000 down payment. Those are like over 10 years ago. So I'm down to about 19,000 to fucking pay it off.
Oh, sweet, that's good.
Okay, so basically in a nutshell, while you're busy paying rent and shit at fucking I don't know over $1,000, I'm paying $1,200 right now, in the middle of the U.S. That's Nebraska, and I can tell you straight up, my house was worth 130,000 when I paid for it. It's worth 250 now. So
Right,
if I
right,
sell my home, I'm worth 250. Okay.
right.
And then
Yeah,
on top of that, my 401ks, I got two of them because I started one back when I was 18 years old, 18 to 24. I was a Walmart idiot, and I still have like 40, 50,000 the fucking 401k and that shit.
sweet, man.
And then I got another fucking 401k for my current company. So I probably got another 60, 70 in there. So I'm almost up to half a million.
Yeah, I'm
And
Right.
not
So,
uh
there.
so you're
a-
you're you're winning. You're definitely
Yeah,
winning.
you're winning.
and it's because not because I wanted to be monk. Um it just happened. I was a super blue guy who actually was good looking enough to be a pussy slayer, but I didn't know how to play it.
They sound like my life.
And like you're talking about, you said you've been in like three relationships. Wow,
Yeah,
that's kind of like my brother. My brother probably had like two and a half relationships. He's a six-figure guy right now. He's making me look like a damn fool, except for the fact that his wife spends money like an asshole.
yeah, I spend a lot of money.
No, my wife, my brother's wife, and two kids, they just piss money away. But anyway, um, point of the matter is when you're talking about money, you gotta fucking set yourself for a long run. Uh, the short run is like you living to get by. That's cool, but like me, I got my money. Guess what? In another 25 years, hopefully I have more because guess what? I don't know if anybody's going to take care of me. That's the shit kicker.
Well, I'm not really too scared of anything. That's the part I have a problem with.
Well,
Yeah.
I look into the long term. I don't look into the short
Oh
term.
no, I agree with you. I agree with you
The
100%.
short term,
That's my issue. And
the,
I
the
don't
sh-
let's yeah. I'll be a homeless guy before like it's like it doesn't matter to me. Like but I won't be. It's just I got a job coming up. It's just
uh, well, I haven't been homeless. I'm like I said, I'm 19,000 from owning my home for indefinitely, and I'm not even close to being unemployed. And
yeah.
so there's a joy of knowing that, hey, guess what? All I got to pay is property taxes to fucking keep going from this point forward. And that means my $1,200 mortgage gets cut down to maybe $300 a month in taxes, and then
You're
500,
lucky.
and then a $500 bills per month
I
for utilities.
I grew up in Florida and they have property tax that'll match your mortgage.
Right, right.
It's
Terrible.
wild. That's why I haven't really that's why I left that place.
But they don't have income tax, don't they?
I guess, but you still got to pay $1,200 to stupid mortgage or the property taxes that are like a mortgage if you
My
pay off a
property
house.
taxes are probably 3,600.
I'm talking about per month.
No, no. Depending upon where you live.
Yeah, that's. I mean, you got a suite. I mean,
I mean,
that's why I
I'm talking
changed.
about my house is $1 million home in California. So let's
Oh
not.
no, no, no. You're not like that. I mean, like just it's like the mortgage. Like once you paid off your house in Florida, you still have a very hefty uh, property tax. At least that's what the old people down there told me. They were
Yeah,
working with me
well, the
because of
old
it.
people might be living in nice places.
Uh,
Well,
maybe.
let me.
But yeah, no, I agree with you guys 100%. I just haven't looked. I have I have my near vision goggles on and the far vision goggles. I haven't even got to that yet. So yeah.
If you don't mind, if we could slightly change the subject and talk about a little of psychology. I mean, you live with your girlfriend currently. Do you think that, like, on some sort of emotional or psychological level, that you are um, needing a relationship, or you used the word codependency earlier in the
Yeah.
interview?
Yeah, yeah, I definitely
Do
use
you
that.
feel like it's going to be hard for you, or you feel like you don't want, or it's going to be hard for you to not have a partner?
Well, she's my other half, that's how I kind of see it. Yeah, it's I'd say I'm the girl. I'm the girl of the relationship.
She's the dominant partner.
Yeah, she takes care of everything. So,
Wow.
yeah, I'm coming from a weird perspective. Like you got like kind of like you said, you're a late
It's not that
bloomer.
weird. It's not that weird, dude. I go to vacation with my brother and his wife, and she takes care of everything, and that's half
Mhm.
the reason why I go. Because
Yeah, it's great.
I don't have to think about shit. I just got to pay for my half of it, which is easy,
Yeah,
and it's cool. But yeah, there's a difference between being having a female who's like, I'm going to be a vacation planner and the person who takes care of your home versus yeah, you better do what I say.
Well,
well,
yeah, but
she doesn't.
that's what it turns into, though. See, and
Yeah,
that's the problem. He just
I
you just
don't. I'm not
you
arguing with you on that,
inadvertently
cowboy.
you inadvertently connected those two ideas. It starts off as a
mm-hmm.
vacation, but then what can happen is, over time, especially, this is what happened to my dad.
Yeah,
Um, Over time, the woman can sort of come to dominate other aspects of the relationship. Yeah, first it's just a vacation. Ten
yeah.
years later, it's like the lease is in her name. All the finance, she controls all the finances. She's nitpicking. You got to ask permission to fucking take a. You got to ask permission to take shit. You got to
Yeah, like
ask the
I
permission
gotta
to
ask
have.
to borrow the car, it's like that.
Yeah, yeah. That's not no. You
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
No,
it's
That,
you.
a yeah,
That's one of the.
that's not a good headspace to be in, man.
no,
Um,
it'll mess with your mind a bit.
that's one of those situations where the Mgtow community would tell you to improve yourself. You're not to be in a situation where you need something from somebody else.
Yeah, I started working on that about 2 years ago, because I did see a little bit of it, so I started working on myself. I mean, small things like changing my diet, changing all that. Like, then I'd go with Cowboy and say late bloomer because after I did all that, then it was like I had so much testosterone. It's like whew, you change all that, and you're just like, oh. And then I couldn't do that, and that's where I got upset. Because like then I had like all this energy, and you can't do anything with it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, you have to kind of read between the lines on that one, but I think I understand what you're saying. I mean,
Yeah.
can't you? I'll just come out and say it. I mean, I okay. Have you ever heard of Mr. Forma?
No, who's that?
No, he's a content creator. I've interviewed him before. He's a very well known Mgtow content creator. He talks about the mandos. There are certain things that are mandatory in relationships, or mando he, for short. And
Okay.
he talks about sex being mandatory. Any woman that he's dating, sex is mandatory. It's mandatory. It's mando. If it's not, then he's out. And I would recommend you. I would recommend you adopt that sort of policy or that ideology.
Well,
I don't see that happening in your current situation right now. What I think you need to do is you got to figure out what your next move is, get a good job, get the hell out of there, get your own place, and restart your life.
Yep.
yeah, I'm thinking roommate. I'm probably gonna move in with roommates. I'm
Roommate
hoping.
says, I'm gonna tell you that I was best friends with my roommate for fucking 5 years buying this fucking house. But at the same time, I don't have to deal with his ass anymore. But
Yeah, freedom,
no,
freedom.
but
Yeah.
a roommate needs to do his half around the house. Don't be a bitch. I was a bitch. I was the biggest bitch on the fucking planet. So, um,
Well,
don't be a bitch.
maybe you were trying to be diplomatic, especially at first or something. But
Well. I was dealing with a narcissist, so whatever. Anyway, um, you
I think we're all
I
narcissists.
think everybody is.
no, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe I am that because I'm very, very giving a guy. Because like the other day, I went to the airport. I bought a bottle of water, and the fucking scanner scanned my shit twice. I said to the lady next to me, I was like, get a bit of water, because I'm not gonna fight this fucking thing." And so she got a free water from me. I paid for a bigger bottle of water than she was gonna grab because guess what? I'm not fucking fighting the goddamn self scanner shit. So, I mean, that's the kind of guy I am. I'm a guy that, uh, hey, shit, fucking throws on my lap, and it's that fucking extra 575 for airport water. Fuck it. And that was a
well, again,
fucking 575 is stupid for a bottle of water.
Yeah.
again, the details aside, the point is, our guy Jay here, he's in a pinch, and he's sort of new to the community,
Yeah.
and he's thinking that some changes need to be made.
I am working on it. I've been working on like that was the thing. I like when I started working on myself. That's when my life like got really interesting, really interesting. Uh, like I could have had any lady on the any lady that I wanted. I guess that's the answer to it. When I started working on myself, and I was like,
God
whoa,
damn it, you're that son of a bitch too. I was kind of like that guy. I wasn't that guy because I didn't fucking have interest in like super hots.
oh
But
dude,
fuck, but fuck me if I had more than I knew that I could and I didn't act on it because
yeah, I
god
said
damn it,
no.
I was blue pilled as fuck.
I said no, no. I've never been like. Yeah, yeah, I wasn't blue pill. I said no. I knew exactly what was happening. I declined them all, and that's why I got real upset when it didn't work out on the other side.
No. For me, the fucking bitches came to me after they got prego. I was like, you bitches. No. And that was
Jay,
like the one red pill I knew for sure. It was like, I'm not raising some other dude's kid. Fuck that shit.
Jay, would you
No.
mind? Jay, would you mind talking a little bit about your what we can call your physical presence? Are you tall?
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't like. I guess I
Can you
am. I'm
address?
like,
Can you talk for a sec? Can you talk for a minute about what you would consider your? Have you ever heard of the term SMV, your sexual marketplace value?
oh, I'm probably on a good day a 9.
Okay, so you're being honest. You're
Yeah, yeah.
kind of
Like I
No,
on
no,
a good
no.
day, on a good
you're kind of
day.
chattily.
Okay, back in
Yeah.
my prime, I was probably a fucking 8. I'm not gonna say I was a 9 or a 10. That's fucking arrogant as fuck. I was a 7 to 8, but god damn it, I was not an ugly motherfucker. I was a
Like
fucking good looking son of a bitch.
like I ran around with pigtails like half of last year.
I don't get that reference, but okay.
like no like
African American?
no. I'm white.
You're white and you did that?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I knew a guy who was fucking white that did that shit. I was working at Walmart in Bellevue, Nebraska. That motherfucker did that shit. Well, the funniest thing was he was multilingual. And so,
Hola.
yeah, he was multilingual. So what ended up happening was I don't know, if it was Spanish or Brazilian, but some guy fucking started saying, "Oh, white guy trying to be black," and fucking he hit him back up in his own language, because guess what, motherfucker, he knows the language.
Yeah, I'd say like a 9. I mean, people only when I was working on myself. Today, currently, a year later, I'd say like a 6 because
How tall
I'm
are
like a 4.
I'm 6 foot,
you? Okay.
maybe 6'1".
I'm 5'9", 245 at happiest right now, and I'm a fat fuck.
No, I'm a 210. I'm not fat. I'm like
Yeah, you're
I'm
in
not.
good shape. You're in
Yeah,
good
I'm in
Yeah,
shape.
you're
good
in good
shape.
shape. 210 is a
I
good shape.
walk like 10 miles a day. Like, I mean,
Well,
That's
so do I, but you know what? I don't fucking lose the weight.
I could help you.
Yeah, well, you could do my job and fucking crawl up ladders and down and fucking take tools up and down in the fucking minus 20 degrees.
I know. I'm really good at health stuff. Like, that's what I do.
Were you like a
Wait, wait,
personal
wait, wait,
trainer with
wait,
that
wait, 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 wait,
nutritionist
wait,
and
wait.
shit like that?
Well, I like holistic medicine.
I'm sorry, did you just say holistic medicine?
Yeah,
Okay, I get it. Okay.
yeah. Like, I like organic food. Like, I learned like that stuff.
Okay, so quick question. Are you a guy that focuses on organic diet?
I am 100%. Yeah,
Holy shit.
100%. Like, I don't eat fast food. I don't eat. It's been 3 years. 3 years since I had McDonald's. I mean, I love McDonald's, man. But yeah, I stopped eating all of that stuff. I only drink water and like juice, and yeah, I don't like talking about me too much. But but I highly recommend it. I mean, but yeah, it's just wild, you know. I don't know how to explain it. Like you, like yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's probably something I'd talk about on YouTube.
Take a breath. Fucking think about it. Say it. Fuck it. You know, I'm about. Is he still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. I was gonna say, I'm about to suck your dick over Oprah's. So
Oh,
fuck it.
okay. Oh man, Oprah. Oh man. But yeah, no, that's what I do. I mean, yeah, I just yeah, I like grass-fed beef. I'd highly recommend that. That's probably the number one. That's like my favorite food. Like grass-fed's like top sirloin.
We are different breeds, because I am a corn-fed motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. Nebraska, as I went to university in South Dakota. South Dakota is just north of Nebraska, and they would always say that about Nebraska boys.
It's
Are they
bullshit.
corn fed,
Cowboy,
corn
it's all
fed or
bullshit.
cornbread? Corn fed or cornbread?
Corn fed, but the bullshit is that you can get that shit anywhere. You can get it in Texas, you can get it anywhere. The fact is we like to sell it as our own, but we spread it all out, and not only us, but Iowa and every other state. So
Come on, have you seen these grass-fed cows though? They're so happy.
They're happier,
Have you seen
Japan,
them? Yo,
in
you got to see
Japan,
these.
don't they massage some of their cows? They
Dude,
call
they
it
look.
Kobe beef.
Yo, they just look like they're so chill, man. Like after I saw it, I just couldn't turn the other way. I mean, they look like two different types of cows. Like they could be two different types of cows.
you're
I don't know
talking to the
anything about
wrong
cows.
dude. I fucking shoot deer, except for I can't shoot a deer because they fucking are
Oh,
not plentiful this time of year.
I would eat deer. I'd eat that. Yeah.
Yeah, but would you shoot them wild?
Would I do it?
Yeah.
Give me my crossbow, man.
How
That'll
about a
take it
fucking
down.
270 or experience? The point is there is no deer in Nebraska right now. There ain't shit in the
Yeah,
areas at least that I'm shooting in.
we haven't
So,
had any around here either.
so I need to move to Iowa.
They used to be plentiful around here, these parts. I mean, I used to see them walking around everywhere. I haven't seen any lately.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm not too much into firearms and whatnot, but I mean, give me a crossbow. I'll go do that. If that'll take a deer down.
Just out of pure curiosity, why are you not into firearms? Is there any particular reason? Are
Uh,
you left of center? Are you kind of liberal?
Did
I'm real
nobody?
liberal. I'm liberal, yeah.
Mm.
I'm from the left. But no, I think it's just because of the way I was raised. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's not for me.
Oh
Like,
no, that's fine. That's fine.
yeah,
I mean, my father was a United States Marine. He was a gun nut. He was a gun crazy. Or he still is. My father probably owns, no joke, over 60 or 70 guns. I also have an appreciation for firearms. Maybe not as much though. I own one gun. Just that's all I need is one gun. He's got gun after gun after gun. He's a gun nut. I like guns, but he's a gun nut. Some people don't like guns at all. I've met people who they swear up and down they'll never have a gun in their house. So
Well, I'm a gun nut. So basically, I got like 7 guns, uh, and maybe 5 of them are in the fucking safe right now.
yeah,
And
see, that's the problem though. Like 7 guns. I mean, just think about the money you've spent. Guns are.
I didn't spend shit, dude. That was what was
Oh,
given to me because my daddy.
oh, right, right. Okay, okay,
and,
okay.
and so some of that was my dad giving it down from generation to generation, and then my dad, Jesus Christ, he probably got another 20.
Right, right. Yeah, no, I'm not kidding. I think my father owns in excess of over 60 guns. I mean, it's just too much. It's just too much. And then think about the amount of money that can be spent. You can blow your whole paycheck, on ammo and stuff. And
No,
I
not
don't know. I
really.
think it,
Not if you're not shooting them. That's the thing.
yeah, yeah. Well, my father
It's
was
just there being a fucking museum piece. That's exactly what mine's doing because unless somebody comes into this house, it's a museum piece.
right. Okay. Okay. Very good. Well, but the point is, one of the many things that the Red Pill and Mgtow community we push is small government. People having individuated rights. So Second Amendment, is an individual right. We're a big proponent of that. But
Right.
but but that's not our main focus. If you're not a gun guy, that's cool. That's okay. We're
Nope.
much more concerned with like you becoming economically empowered and you basically learning to cover your ass so a woman doesn't come and financially rape you. So
Yeah, I agree with that. So we are in agreement with that.
yeah, yeah. Have you ever considered so what's the next move for you, Jay? Do you honestly think within a short period of time you're thinking you want to move out? Is that what's going on?
I think he left.
Oh, he left.
I
Did he
think
leave?
it's just me and you, bud.
Oh, let me see. Oh, yeah, maybe he did. Okay. Let me see. Is this him?
hello,
Is this you again, Jay?
hello.
Yes. Hello. Can you
Yeah,
hear us?
yeah, I can hear you. I'm sorry, my computer died.
Right. Right. No, I figured it dropped for a second. I was just in the throes of asking you a question, and then crazy drunk said, "Hey, I think you dropped." Did
Yeah,
you did you hear the question that I asked you?
I heard you. The last thing I heard was something about your father was a Marine, grandfather was a Marine.
Oh, right. Okay. Wow, that was a minute or two ago. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Right. My father was he was a United States Marine, and then after that he was a Chicago police officer, and then after that he was a federal aviation officer.
Uh,
But yeah, yeah, yeah. We had moved on, and I was asking you a question. I was talking about essentially I wanted to start talking about minimalism and the idea of
oh, I
economic
love
development.
that. I love minimalism.
So what's your Jay, if you don't mind, or I think it's new guy. New guy is what I saw your handle is now. I'll call you new guy Jay, new guy. What do you think your next move is? Do you honestly think you're going to move out from your girlfriend's place like soon, within a month, within a year? What's like
Well,
what timeline?
okay, so our lease ends in February. I'm hoping she'll give me till January because I just got a job at um, on the 26th. So that'll start on the 26th, and then I'm gonna be looking for a place, and that'll be what I'm gonna be doing. I'm not sure what I'm doing after that, or I'm really not sure. I mean, I'm hoping I go up, move a couple ranks up at the job I go to. Um,
Can you offer us any sort of ballpark? What kind of job are we talking? Minimum wage?
warehouse.
80
It's a
hours a
warehouse
year?
job. It's a warehouse job.
Okay.
Yeah,
So a bit, not too much, but a bit above minimum wage. Is that a fair? Is that fair
yeah,
to say?
yeah. Just a little bit more than minimum wage. It should just cover. It.
I was going to
Like
say
I'll be
that's going to be
walking
enough
there.
for you to get your own place.
Yeah, I'm hoping it should be enough. Yeah, but I have a lot of debt I got to take care of, so I'll see. This it's a whole thing. I'm trying to put it all together now.
Right, right,
It's
right.
been a year. I tried to take a year off to just clear my mind, and then that didn't work the way I wanted it to.
Okay, okay. Well, again, about the debt. I mean, don't let it kill you. Okay, I don't know if you know. Let me tell you very quickly my story about university. Most people they graduate when they're like 21, 22, maybe 23, right? Um, I graduated university when I was 28, and part of the reason why is because I refused to go into debt. I didn't want
Ah,
debt.
smart man.
Well, I mean, but that's the thing. I look at it now. Maybe it would have been good to take on six, eight, $10,000 worth of debt to save 2 or 3 years, But I don't know. I can't. You can't take back time,
Well, I,
And
I
now,
wish I had found you guys back when I was in college. If I had figured out what you guys figured out when I was in college, oh boy, that would have changed my whole world.
right?
Would have
You'd be on
changed
the
everything.
you would have been on the precipice of basically, you'd be nearing retirement by now.
Oh, I'd be
So,
past
I'd
retirement at this
already be
point.
retired right now, dude. I'm only 40.
I'd be retired at 25. Like it would have been done. I would have been done. Like I would have been making probably a quarter million,
well,
quarter million a year.
and hopefully you still can. Hopefully you
Yeah,
still
no
can.
shit.
Well,
I just saw Close to Bob last week, and I gave him some money, and I was telling him, I'm not kidding. Not in a year, not not in six. I don't know. I don't know. 6 months, maybe 7 months. I'll be ready to buy my first multi-unit investment property. My goal is to buy like I don't know 3 or 4 investment properties, and then I can stop working full time. I could just work like 30 hours a week instead of 60 hours a week. I could like go into semi retirement by the time I'm in my late 40s.
You'd be surprised how much money you can make on rental.
but you'll work a lot still though. I see the guys that do that. They work a lot. They have multiple properties but they're always out doing something at them. You don't ever retire with that kind of like the multi-unit apartment complex. I think you would though. You might be able to sit back and kind of chill.
Well, on both sides of my family, so I'm half German and half Mexican. I come from what you could call like real estate families. My Mexican grandfather, he came here quite literally with like the shirt off his back, nothing more. He passed away when he was 51, a little early in life. Upon passing away, oh boy, okay, he owned two houses. He owned two houses here in the United States, a house in Mexico, a laundromat, a bar, 3 gas stations, and I
Sweet.
think 2 multi-unit properties. Um, and then of course my family after he died on my Mexican side, they had absolutely no financial acumen, so they squandered all the money.
Well, I read
um,
about that. I'll tell you about the story about that in a minute, but go ahead.
oh yeah, and then just to round that out, on my German side, my German mama and my German pawpaw, my German grandmother and grandfather, they start, they bought first they bought like a 2 unit, paid it off, then they bought like another one, paid it off. The third one, fourth one, and then by the time that they had both passed away, they owned, I don't know, 8 buildings, 9 buildings, something like that. So it's possible.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. So no, I'm with you on that. Like, that's a good plan. I just never got into the ownership idea. I just never got into that. So
It's hard to do that when you're not you don't have family in it. My family being in it, that's the only reason I got in it myself.
well,
Fucking A.
after I acquired so much debt, I didn't really want to buy anything else.
Yeah, you goddamn right.
Like, I didn't
Fucking
want to
A.
buy anything. I spent too much on college.
I
Okay,
didn't
okay.
spend
This
that
is this is
much.
a personal question. Again, we'll probably never meet in real life. And by the way, if you ever come to Chicago and you do want to meet in real life, there's an open invitation. I take everyone to the Golden Corral. Post Kebab, taking them. The last guy I think was Brandon Trueblood. He was here a couple weeks ago, or I guess like 7 weeks ago. I took him to Golden Corral. Who's that guy? Iridium Kush. I took them to the Golden Corral. I took him to the Golden Corral. Yeah. Anyway, so the point is, if you ever find yourself in
I do.
Chicago,
I
I'll
go to
take you to Golden Corral.
Chicago. I'm always in Chicago. I've been in, well, not always, but like since I moved out west, I have family on the East Coast, so I have to take the train. So I
Yeah.
always connect in Chicago.
If you're ever free for a weekend, you ever find yourself here, you get in contact with me. Now,
Yeah,
this is a personal question. You don't have to answer this question, but how much debt do you have? If you don't want to share it, you don't have to, but I'd like you to share it.
I had 20.
I,
I'm sorry.
yeah, it's way more than that.
It's
I
not.
don't want to
It's not.
share. I
It's
don't
I
want
not
to
only
share.
more.
I only had 2.5 years of a Supreme College back in 2001 to 2003. I had like a year and a half's worth of fucking shit. So I had like 20,000 max.
I had quite a bit. I went to a private university.
I also went to a private. I went to
Well,
Loyola
well,
University of Chicago until I transferred and graduated from SDSU, South Dakota State University. It was less than half the price of Loyola, and that's part of the reason why it took me so goddamn long. I transferred. I lost over like 30 some credits, and then on
son
top
of
of
a
that,
bitch, them fucking cocksuckers.
well, the bad part is, Loyola is a tier 2 school. It's a tier 2 university, or ranked by the Princeton Review. It's tier 2. It's considered a very high up university. South Dakota State is a chintzy cow college. It's like a tier 3 or tier 4 school. How could they not transfer all the credits over? Because they want, because it's a scam. It's a scam because they want you to retake the
Yeah.
courses, so they get more money, and so they bilk you. And it's like, but I still ended up graduating with no debt because I would work for a semester, and then I would go back to school for a semester. And then I'd
Goddamn.
work for a semester, yeah, work and then school, and then work and then school.
You were a
And this
fucking
way I
beast,
pay.
dude. I can't believe you took that route.
Yeah,
Holy
yeah,
shit.
yeah. You did a lot of work, man. Congratulations. I didn't work in college.
Oh,
I,
you
I
lazy
worked
bum!
in
You lazy
college, but
fuck!
God damn it, I still had my own debt that was accumulating. Basically, I was under, I don't
Yes.
know, well under 20, I think. Maybe even well under 10, but it was
Where
enough to
where
fucking.
where where are you at now? Crazy drunk. You're
I'm
you're you're
zero.
to- yeah, you're zero. You have net worth positive, right?
Mhm.
Absolutely.
You were just talking about the house, the 401k, right? You're winning. You're way ahead
I'm
of me,
winning
by the
as
way.
fuck, and yeah,
Hey,
the girls who I was good looking, but they must have thought, "Eh, I'll save them for later." Them bitches, I fucking. All I can say is,
oh
I
man,
I don't take pregos. Fuck them.
why did they come after you?
Well, they come after me afterwards. They went
Oh
after the
no.
guys who were a little bit taller than me, and honestly, they were fat fucks,
Oh
but they
man.
were fun and stupid.
I didn't have it. Oh, a couple of nights.
I mean, I think we're in very different areas, but I'm gonna tell you straight up. I had a guy who was 6'5" at least, 300 pounds maybe, and that's assuming he hasn't lost weight. that dumb son of a bitch had pussy on his ass that I didn't have, and I was wondering what the fuck is going on, and I realized I was fucking being nice. And so they tried to save me for later, and then when they got knocked up, then fucking bitches were like, "Oh hey, how's it going?" And I ignore them because guess what? I had the common sense to know that ain't my baby. Fuck you.
Right,
Dude,
right. So the point is, now that years have transpired, now that time has gone by, the truth is starting to reveal itself in your particular case, right? You're approaching your 40s. You're starting your 40s now. You're way ahead. All these people that you're talking about, they're washed up.
they're
They're not in
gone.
the same.
They're
Well, I
gone.
mean, I'm not
I don't.
saying they're
Even,
in prison.
I
I'm
don't
not
see
saying they're
them.
in
I
prison.
don't
I'm
see
not
them. They're
saying that.
gone.
Right, right, right.
You
So
have no
I'm not
idea.
saying that.
I don't get to fucking deal with them anymore. It's great.
Well, it's great for you because even though most of these people are still living their lives, you're living your life. These people, they're broke, they're busted, right? They,
Maybe.
they don't have no money. They have children to support. They're in all these snares and traps, all these pitfalls that have befallen them. You don't have any of these problems. Now all
Yeah,
of a
you
sudden,
goddamn
now,
right. I
now
go
all of a
home.
sudden,
I drink a beer. I fucking lay down on the couch. I take a nap. I wake up and figure out what am I gonna do.
right, right. Your biggest problem is are you going to eat steak or shrimp tonight? That's
No, no. My biggest problem is my Chinese mom gonna make my life hell when I see her this weekend. That's my fucking hell.
did she ask you for money?
No, she's like, why ain't you got a girlfriend?
Yeah, that's the one I'm kind of gonna run into. That's 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 the one that like that's where I'm kind of like I don't know which side I want to sit on because
Hey,
my
buddy
friend
boy,
would
buddy
say,
boy, buddy boy.
"What's up?"
Um, don't be shamed. Don't be shamed. All right. If there's no good fucking reason to fucking get married, don't get married. And don't fucking be shamed into getting into a relationship to be married. That's the bullshit.
I'm gonna have to let that one sink in. I'm gonna have to let that one sink in.
I'm not shitting you. I'm serious as fuck, man, because that's what the first like okay, I was going home to Christmas. I went to a friend's house, my mother's friend's house. Not my friend's house. I don't know these people. I know these people, but I don't know them that close. And anyway, first thing she does when the maybe possibly California versus Nebraska, which is like, let's just fucking take two magnets pluses, put them against each other, see if they don't fly apart from each other. And they say, my mom says, "Hi, this is my son. He has no girlfriend, no wife." And I'm like, Mom, you realize I could kill you, and I think about it. And she didn't even think about in her own head that how wrong that was. And she would to this day
No,
will
no,
not
no,
admit
no, no,
how
no,
fucked up
no, no,
it's
no.
at.
It's worse. No, 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 no. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry to interrupt you. No, it's way worse than that. No, 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 no. So, um, I claim to know a lot about psychology. Spanish was my major at university. I'm world traveled. I've lived in Spain, lived in Mexico. I've been to 7 or 8 different countries. But I probably should have majored in psychology. My stepmother's mom was a medical doctor who later went back to university and became something called a psychoanalyst, which is a PhD in psychology. And she kind of helped raise me, and she imparted on me a love for psychology. There's a lot of psychology involved in what you just said. The real truth is that,
I'm with
um,
Shinobi One, by the way. Sorry, whatever that
oh, I'm
comment
sorry,
is.
you're
With that
You're
comment,
which
that's on
Shinobi
the
one.
screen. With no, what he says there. Sorry, he got
Let's
before
see.
it disappears.
I think we all know what to do, but we're conditioned to hang in there for the last drop of blue pill poison.
Yep,
Yeah.
that sounds
Um,
about right there.
so what I was going to say is, yeah, there's a lot of psychology involved in what these women do. You're talking about how your mom, she beats you up. Essentially, you're saying that she shames you and she pressures you. and she wants to disseminate to everyone around you that oh, my son should be doing this, and he should be dating, he should be marrying, he should be. You have to understand that these people, they have a different agenda. They they don't have your best interests in mind, and
Exactly, cowboy. I've been listening to you because I wanted to hear you get to that point. Fucking A, right.
That's right. I agree with you on that.
and so what I do is I take the total asshole route. Remember, I've put my own father in the hospital. I beat up 2 police officers. I beat up my parents, because they thought they were going to control me, and I had already signed the lease and I was moving out in just days, and one of the. I'm sorry, I'm jumping around. The point is, it's game theory. It's zero sum. The more power and money and influence that you as a man have, the less power that they're going to have. If you're living with your girlfriend and she has all the power, then
Yeah,
you're
they're not
not.
happy on that one. They're not happy on that one.
I'm telling you, this new guy Jay. I would highly recommend that you do some soul searching, figure out what you want to do to make money, figure out how you're going to pay off these debts. Remember, certain debts you can get rid of with Chapter 11 or Chapter 13, bankruptcy, but things like things like student loan debt, that's not forgivable. They just try to fuck you. They just try to destroy your life with that. So maybe you can get in gear and try to pay that off. Take a year, take 2 years, and just really pay that off.
Yeah,
And then,
I've had half of it paid off right now.
yeah, yeah,
Half.
good.
Yeah, I got
That's a
half.
good start.
Yeah, I haven't. It's not in default or anything, that one. But my credit's pretty bad.
No,
Other
that's
than
okay.
that,
That's okay. That can be rebuilt. That can be rebuilt. You can completely rebuild your credit in less than 2 or 3 years. The
yeah.
problem in the long view, where do you see yourself in 20 years? You don't want to be that fucking guy who's stuck with some woman. You got 2 kids. You're only making high 5 figures or low 6 figures, but everyone is draining you of all this money, and you just become another fucking loser with no power. You can't quit your job. Your wife can divorce you at any moment. You don't want to be that. You don't want to be that. You want to be Mr.
Question.
You want to be
Question.
Mr. Millionaire.
A question on that though. So say you did become Mr. Millionaire, right?
Right.
Why like this I know like if you get married they could take it all from you, but like shouldn't you have kids? Like shouldn't
Sure. Sure. That's what I'm going to
Oh,
do.
they ain't gonna take it all from you. They'll like, if you have 12 million, they'll leave you with one.
Okay.
I mean, in the aspect of things. So Tom Brady's not fucked as fuck,
Yeah.
But the biggest thing is you got to think of the long term is like Cowboys thinking. You gotta get your shit straight in gear and get all your bills paid off and whatnot. Like, if you want to be anybody, you want to be like me. You want to
Right.
be you're almost half a million richer, and nobody can take it from you.
What about the high value guys on YouTube? How about that? What about those guys?
What
Like
about
who?
them?
Can you give an
Like
example? What do you mean?
like those guys seem to be running around having I get like it doesn't I don't know, they just don't seem to be having kids or anything like that.
Who? I'm
Like
sorry. Who are you referring to? Like
Yeah,
PewDiePie?
I agree, but in the long haul, they find emptiness in themselves too because they didn't bring any kids along. They didn't bring
yeah.
anything along.
Like I mean, like Cowboy, you seem to have a pretty sweet family where you learned a lot from him and all. Like, isn't that part of the dream of like everything?
I'm sorry. I don't understand. I don't understand your
I'm kind
question.
of with you
Are
on
you saying?
that.
Isn't it kind of the
Are you
dream?
saying?
The
Are
dream
you?
is to have a good family that
Yeah.
you get your grandkids.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
you you might be the parents or the grandparents, and you gotta have the kids, and you get to be the grandparents' grandkids, and it's good
Okay.
because
Okay.
Yeah.
So
it gave you
so new guy.
purpose
Yeah.
and
New
all
guy.
that shit, and the celebrities don't get that.
Yeah,
Because they have to be very protective of their seed, right?
mm-hmm.
Okay. So new
So
guy. Are you asking me what exactly are you asking me? Are you asking me, am I so interested in having a family? Is that what you're
Well,
saying?
that's no. As far as the soul searching type thing, I guess it's like so. I guess I was raised
Are
as
you
a.
saying are you saying that you still want to have a family?
I'm not sure. Like that's where I'm kind of in the debate. I see.
Hey,
I,
you want to have family, vet, vet like hell, and I wish you the best luck. I
yeah,
mean, that's
but
what it
that's
Okay,
is.
okay. What I'm saying is I don't know where crazy drunk is. I know where I am. I still want to have a family.
okay.
However, because of all the
Um,
problems, mostly legal, right? And
Yeah.
that feeds right into Mgtow, feeds right into Red Pill. You as a man, you do not have equal legal standing in the courts. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
are
Because
you are
if
you
you
gonna go to South America
hold on,
or
let me
something
finish.
and
Let me
fucking have
finish.
your
Hold on.
family?
Let me finish. Let me finish.
Okay.
You have to properly map the social landscape, right? You do not have equal rights. Okay. So for example, in the case of Crazy Drunk, he's just completely going it alone, right? He's standalone. He's working his job. He's getting his properties, all his money. Okay. I'm saying yes, do the same thing. But
Okay.
if you want, once you're right, and because of the nature of how life works, you can't do this in your 20s. But if you're very successful, you can do it in your 30s. If you're a late bloomer like me, I'll be able to do it in my 40s. I'll probably wait till my early 50s. Get
Yep.
your life
I
together.
agree
Once
with
you have
you on
enough
that. Yeah.
money, once you get enough money, I plan on going through surrogacy. So you're gonna have to find an agency. You got to get a lawyer. In my particular case, I would want my progeny to be white or Caucasian. Um, I have green eyes. I want my kids to have green eyes. I can go to whatever, Latvia, Estonia, Russia's pretty. Ukraine used to be the world capital for this. Have you ever heard of surrogacy? You hire a woman, you get the eggs, you pay her money, 20. You pay her about 20. You pay the agency slash lawyer about 20. For 40 or 50 grand, you can get a kid that's yours genetically, free and clear. The kid is yours, right? You get the kid, you bring the kid over here. There's a naturalization process. Kid becomes a citizen. You're in your 50s, so you're already established. Now you don't have to work 60 hours a week. You only have to work 30 hours a week. And the kid's in daycare. In my case, I would hire like a Mexican nanny, maybe like a live-in nanny. I'm not saying I'm gonna fuck her like Arnold Schwarzenegger did his nanny, but you know, you essentially go it alone because you can't do it with women anymore because the women are tied up with the state. And if you tie yourself up with the women, then you tie yourself up with the state, and then the women can divorce you and take all your money. Does that make any sense?
It does. It does. The thing I'm running into though is I feel like everything's tied to the state though. Like I don't feel like you can kind of like no matter how you go about, you're gonna be tied to the state, right?
Yeah, but there's ways to be tied to the state that are good, and there are ways to be tied to the state that are bad. It's nice if, let's say, I own three multi-unit investment properties and I live in a Republican state, and because I live in a Republican state, if the tenants decide that they don't want to pay the rent, well, I can call up the management company, or if I'm managing it, whatever, I'm managing it, they're managing it. You call up the management company, or you do it. You go to the county sheriff, or the county sheriff, and you start the eviction process, and you can get the people moved out. You can get the people evicted in 6 weeks, because you got the government helping you. But what if you live in a Democratic hellhole like Chicago? You could have tenants living in your apartments for 3 or 4 years before you finally get them out legally, because you have to go through this long legal process, and it's a Democratic state, not a Republican state, so there's all these tenants' rights, and that. But all the while, you're the one paying the mortgage on this duplex or this triplex. So it's like, yes, being tied to the state can be good, or it can be bad. Right now, tying yourself with a woman legally through marriage is a bad type of it's a bad type of binding. Does that make any sense?
I don't. Yeah, that's where I kind of get into it. I mean, I don't know if I agree with you 100% on that, except for I guess it's
Do
good
you want to have
investment,
kids?
bad investment. What's up?
Do you want to have kids?
Yeah, one day I guess. Like I just feel like that I say that for like the last 20 years. So it's kind of like it just keeps getting pushed back.
Right.
You know,
Right.
you're kind of like, so that's where I ended up. I mean, I would have, but I was running for approval of my parents. Like I wanted my parents to approve of my wife, kind of thing, and that just,
No.
yeah,
Fuck your
never
parents.
worked.
No, fuck your parents. Your parents should be helping you. Your parents should have paid off your college debt for you. Your parents should have put you through college.
If
Why
they
can't your
could.
Yeah.
why can't your parents be like why couldn't your parents be like Trump's parents? Didn't Trump's father leave Donald Trump, what was it, $10 million to him? Donald Donald Trump
That's
had
a privileged
$10 million.
state, dude. That's a privileged state.
No, hold on. Well, but the point, it doesn't matter if it's 10 million or 10,000. The point is,
Cowboy. I have parents. They can give me a lot, and guess what? They could go all with them in death. I don't hate them for it.
Yeah, I'm not upset about that.
I
I
mean,
mean, I'm
I'm
seriously.
not.
I think both me and my brother are both on the same agreement. We if my
But
parents
where,
decided
but
to fucking do
where,
their shit,
but where is this
sold their
pressure?
shit, get the fuck out of town, spend it all, I don't think me and my brother are gonna hate each other for it.
But where is this pressure coming from? From the parents? Hey, you got to get married. Hey, you got to have kids. Hey,
No. That's my mom. You ain't shit there, cowboy. God damn, my
hold
mother
on.
fucking pushing that shit like a goddamn fucking 12-inch dildo.
Okay. Well, but the point is, what I'm saying is, I think it's unfair if the parents are pushing this so much, which they are. It's unfair for them to push that while at the same time not giving or offering their own children the tools requisite for the children's success. I mean,
Well,
I'm sorry.
I think
I'm
time
sorry. Go
changed a
ahead. Go
little
ahead.
too much. The time
Yeah,
changed.
times have
Times
changed
have
so much.
changed,
It's
man.
fucking retarded,
Like
dude.
YouTube changed everything. Like the technology's just changed so fast. Like they just think, man, that, like they had a rotary dial telephone, and now we're sitting here doing what we're doing now. It's times have changed on that type of stuff.
And if that's true, and I definitely
Cowboy.
partially agree. Hold on, let me finish. If that's true, that times have changed, isn't it? Why is the onus only on you to? Why is it all on you? Have you ever asked yourself that question?
Because the son you raised might be your girlfriend.
Say that again.
I don't get that. That sounds
Because the
weird.
son you raised might be the other guy's girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, well, because that's kind of
We are in a new bitch mentality fucking program here.
I was
It is
raised to be a
fucking
girl,
cunt.
man. I feel like I was raised to be a girl, so like, I mean,
I'm
Um,
not gonna bust your balls, dude. I'm gonna feel like you emotions is a women's field.
it is.
And they play the field well. If you are a man, you need to use logic because logic is your friend. Nobody gives a fuck about your existence. And because of that, you need to use that to your advantage. You cannot do things that hurt you in the long run. You can't do anything that hurts you in the short run. You can't do anything. You have to be smarter than fuck. And you need to get smart fast as fuck. And
yeah, I take much more of a separatist tone. I think that uh well, I'll just reiterate what I said. I'd recommend working in your 20s and 30s. Think of like
I agree
if
with
not your
that.
20s and 30s, your 30s and 40s. Seek early retirement. And then after that, consider if you want having a kid. I'm
So
not saying you
after
got to
you
wait till
retire, try to think that
retire,
way.
No. I'm not with him
semi.
on that, but I'm also on the you got to be smart with your money because
Look. What I'm saying is, you don't want to have a kid at 20. You want to have a kid at 40, preferably
Well,
45 or 46.
if I could go back, I would have had a kid at 18. I would have done it that route at this point.
goddamn,
Yeah, I would, because then at this
you
point, maybe,
crazy.
well, no, like, because then I still, I think it'd been smarter that way, because then by the time I'm Cowboy's age, I'd be good.
Look, I get to play with my nephews. All right.
See, the problem is the problem is this gentleman is discounting the idea that had you done that, right, then
Yeah.
then at some point, whoever the woman was that you had procreated with, she would have most likely, statistically, taken you to child support court, and then the
Fucked
court
you in
would,
the ass.
let me finish. Let me finish. You know where I'm going. And they would say, listen, son, listen, son. Now you have to get a job. Starting next month, you must give this woman $1,100. And if you don't, after the second month of being in arrears, you will go to prison, and they're going to throw you in a rape cage. And then your whole life would have changed. You wouldn't have been able to fuck around. So you say that, but probably you probably would not have enjoyed that. So
Now to
And then
reiterate what
yeah.
Cowboy was saying,
Yeah.
1,100 a month. I pay 1,200 in mortgage, which means 1,100 a month is thrown away. So you get your ass fucking handed to you if you could afford 1,100 a month, and not everybody can afford 1,100 a month. So
Yeah.
here's
I'm drunk. Leave
another
me alone.
here's another comment. Here's another comment I wanna. So on the screen is a guy who I know in person. His name is Kwai Chang Kane. Or I know his real name, but this is not his real name. But I've met him in person multiple times. He's a perfect example. This guy, I think he's in his like late 50s. He is self-employed. Okay, he got married. He went the traditional route and multiple kids. He got divorced. Um, I don't think it was his fault. My understanding is that his wife was cheating on him with another woman.
Oh.
The guy on the screen, the guy on the screen, his name is Kwai Chang Kane. Kwai Chang Kane. So I say all that to say this. You know, you think you might want a woman, you think you might want marriage, but you also have to keep in mind that, you can't see what's down the road 15 years from now or 20 years from now.
You're
Even if
correct.
even if you do find this woman that you think maybe might be worth, getting involved with, having kids with, marrying, 10 years later, 20 years later, she can just change her mind. And the tools, the laws that have been put in place now allow her to essentially stab you in the back at any time and take all your money. This guy, Kwai Chang Kang, he wasn't beating his wife, he wasn't gambling, and his wife divorced him and took everything. He had to start all over again. So it's like I'm sorry to bring all this bad news, but essentially, you're in a MGTOW spot.
I'm following. No, I follow you.
You
I've
okay?
actually
You
looked.
sound tired, boss. You sound tired. I hear you breathing.
Who, me or the other guy?
Not Cowboy.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh no, I just sitting here. It's cold outside, so
You outside? You crazy?
yeah, I can't. Yeah, I have to be outside. So and no, so it's I agree with you, Cowboy. So I've been reading on forums, like you can do it's not forums per se, but like there's like a lot of psychology websites out there about divorce, and all these ladies are like, "Yeah, my husband did this," and they just walk out on him. I'm like, that's crazy, and they've been together for 20 some years. So you're definitely right, definitely right.
Right now, so I claim to be very well informed on these issues. Of course, again, I'm a MGTOW guy. I have a channel dedicated to what I call fighting gynocentrism. I have over 700 videos. I claim to know a thing or two about these issues. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. Okay. Let me put it to you this way. It's like young Buff talking, or it's like young Biff talking to old Biff. Do you remember a movie called Back to the Future?
I'm too young for that, man.
Oh, okay.
I know all
I'm
about it,
messing with
Joe,
you. I'm
but you
messing
can talk
with
to me about it.
you. I'm messing with you.
Hell, my name is based on it. You know what Crazy Drunk
Oh
Pedestrian
man.
is?
No.
Okay, Back in the Future 2. Marty McFly goes back to, I'm going to say, number 2, fucking shitty future, all right? And he bumps into a bum as he was about to get knocked out before he got to say, we can go out the one way or the easy way. And then they knocked him out the easy way. Well, anyway, Crazy Drunk Pedestrian, which is my name derived, because I'm an old fuck.
I
Idiot.
see. Okay.
Anyway,
so what's the solution on it, Cowboy? What's the
Right. Okay. Okay.
what's
So
the like?
I was going to use that movie and talk about. Do you remember the character? He's not the protagonist is that Fox character.
Yeah.
The antagonist is what's his name? Biff, right?
Yes.
Biff.
Yeah, Biff. Yeah.
Biff. Okay. I can't remember in one of the movies. Old Biff. He steals the time machine car and he goes back into the past. And
With
old Biff,
with an almanac of all the
yes,
fucking bets.
a
Yeah.
sports almanac, a sports almanac, and he's trying to fucking talk to young Biff, and he's saying, "Listen, you are me, I am you. You need to shut up and just listen to me." But young Biff is so full of himself. He's so inexperienced. He's young. He's full of piss and vinegar. He can't even bring himself to listen to good advice that would be in his own best interest. It's kind of like that, especially with men in their 20s. Men in their 20s, again, I'm mentoring multiple men. I'm having
Cowboy.
I'm
That
having
was
such a
a
hard.
very good analogy, by the way.
Agreed.
I'm
Thank you.
sorry. I'm sorry to fucking interrupt you on that, but
No, it's okay. No, it's
that
okay.
was a I came on that one, so I'm sorry.
Okay, that I think that came out wrong, but
No,
right
I
now,
came out right.
okay,
Came
that's nasty.
many times.
That's nasty. Okay, you've been you sound inebriated. Okay,
Of course, I'm inebriated.
there's a gentleman. I'm personally mentoring two young men right now. The 27-year-old, the black guy, he is expressing interest in being a trucker, but I can't get him to stop using drugs. I'm working on him. But the point is, like, I'm trying to explain to him to give him that long term vision of value that he will get. It seems hard, right? To
Yeah.
stop. But 10 years from now, right, when he doesn't have his mom helping him essentially paying his rent, right? Him and I, we pay the same amount of rent. I only pay $575 a month in rent. That's as cheap as it gets. It doesn't get any cheaper. I got the best deal in Chicago. But the point is, he's 27 now. 10 years from now, basically he's got to get his shit together. But he's not emotionally, psychologically at that point. How do we get men from that point? From that point of immaturity to the point of total self-awareness, total responsibility.
May I ask?
This new guy, Jay, you're starting to enter that realm where everyone's just going to consider you a man. You got to nut up. You got to man up. I don't know how to put it.
Basically, like the guy you're talking about, he doesn't need guidance. He needs to be self-guided at that point. It's terrible.
Well, but he's not self-guiding yet.
I know.
So,
It's
and
terrible.
we can't just let him go. Like, if his mom stopped paying his rent, he'd become homeless in less than 4 or 5 months. After, I think, the second month of not paying rent, then the apartment complex would, contact him, and then, then they contact the Cook County sheriffs, and they start the eviction process. And I'm trying to explain to him, why aren't you working? Why aren't you,
Yeah, but you
if
can't fucking tell. I mean, like our friend here, we can talk about it amongst ourselves, but they listen or they don't.
I'm listening.
I hope you are.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. It's just, and I'm not,
It's
and actually,
deep.
I haven't.
It's deep. It's deep.
Well, well, as far
Because
as your,
I have a new worker in my field. He's a refrigeration. He's not a refrigeration guy. He's a restaurant worker. He's like, I've never heard conversations like this. It's a whole different dynamic. And I'm sorry if it is. I'm sorry, I'm drunk. Be straight up with you, I'm drunk. But anyway,
hey,
he's he's a restaurant worker, and that's what he knows, and he knows. But I told him, I'm a fucking technician in my own right, but you know what? I know how to navigate between a cook's line, and there is some value in that. And he's a newbie. Anyway, I'm drunk as fuck.
so, so I hear what you're saying over there, Cowboy. Like, so, you
George,
had,
George, crazy drunk position, not cowboy.
well, as far as, oh man, you guys have me confused now. No,
There's two
I
of us.
understand. I understand both of you guys. Like, I understand what you're saying. Like, I guess it's grow up is the answer that you guys are kind of saying. It, it's not fair. I guess I just say it's just not fair. I'll just leave it at
No,
that.
no, no. It's not just growing up. It's also it's internalizing the realization that essentially you've been lied to. So there is some victimization that is
Yeah,
that
you've
has
been lied to.
transpired.
Yeah.
Um, it would have been more fortuitous for you if your parents, your father, other men especially in your community, like sat you down at a young age. Even just hearing these types of messages, um,
Well, like,
years ago would have been helpful. Is what I'm saying. People should have been telling you, okay, okay. Let me give you an example. I love using examples. The best way I teach is example.
yeah,
I was
Old
at the
Biff was
gym.
great.
What's that? I'm sorry.
Old Biff was great. I like that example.
Yeah, yeah. An old man talking to a young man, saying basically, "I am you, son. Just listen." So yeah, not Friday, yeah, Thursday. Thursday after work. So I start work at 5 p.m. I work a 12-hour shift, sometimes 13, sometimes 14. Thursday, immediately after work, the gym opens at 5 in the morning. Instead of going home and going to sleep, I immediately went to the gym, splashing in the pool, doing my thing. And then I find myself in the hot tub, in the jacuzzi, whatever you call it. And some young punk, what's his name? I can't remember, Dave, Dan, whatever, some 17-year-old kid. He's in there. I start
Justin
talking.
Bieber.
Yeah, he is a white kid, like a dirty blonde hair. He's in real good shape, real good shape, real good shape.
Yeah.
And he
Fucking
said,
Biebers.
and I'm talking to him, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna go to college, and I'm gonna study business. And I'm like, hey kid, come here.
Leave me alone.
I'm serious. And I have this like thick beard. I don't have a neck beard. I keep it well trimmed, but I look like a man's man. I talk like a man's man when I want to. And
Me
I'm
and
like,
Cowboy are chubby guys.
no,
That's
no,
what
no,
I conclude.
you're chubby. You're chubby. I'm a fat ass. I'm 300 pounds at 5'10" and a half. So
Okay.
yeah,
I'm a
yeah,
little higher than you, but you know what? I'm working on it.
yeah. So am I. We're all working on it.
I don't
So I'm
I don't
so
hate
I'm
you. I
talking.
love you.
Thank you,
You're a
thank you.
good dude.
I'm talking. Thank you, thank you. So I'm talking to this kid, and I'm like, hey kid, what are you doing? I'm sort of interrogating him, and I dropped the truth. I went to a very prestigious high school here in Chicago, and right away he's like, oh wow, that's where you went to high school? Yeah, yeah, okay. And so I basically I maneuver myself into this position where I he sees me almost as like an authority figure, and it's a psychological trick. It's sort of an attack too, if you want to see it that way. But it's not an attack because I'm trying to help him, and I'm telling him, listen, that's all bullshit. Well, I asked him, how are your grades? And he says, they're okay. And then I shoot him this like nasty look, this look of like, oh, okay, I'm not impressed. The point I'm trying to make is I only had 5 minutes. I only had like 6 or 7 minutes to talk to this kid. I need to. My goal is to express to him that it might not be worth going to college anymore. So in very short order, I have to tell a story. I have to build this case. And I basically told him, I'm a trucker. I went to a better high school than you're going to right now. I went to university. You're not even in university. Yeah, I'm telling you, son, I've been where you're going. It might not be a good idea for you to go to college. All of the people in your life, your friends, your family, your guidance counselor at high school, they're telling you to go to college and you got to go to school and you got to get all this debt, and maybe not. You know what I told him? Open a business. And then I told him, I'm in trucking. My next move is I'm gonna buy a truck, not a new truck, a 2 or 3 year old truck. Get it load ready, get it dot ready, and then I'm just gonna open up a business. I'm gonna be a one man. I'm gonna be a one-handed bandit. I'm gonna be a trucker. I'm gonna be an owner operator trucker as opposed to just being a company man. I'll be making $160,000-$180,000 a year. That's how you do it, son. That's how you do it. Don't listen to these fucks, And then and then his father came over and it was like, who's this weird man you're talking to? So,
Yeah, I feel you on that. I don't know what the right answer in that is either. I mean, I
who,
think
who
you kind of
cares? Who cares what the right answer for him is? What's the right answer? What's the right answer for you? You're 33 years old. You're living with this broad. You got all this debt. She's controlling you. You got to ask permission to take a shit. You got to ask permission to use a car. I mean, fuck that. You should be owning multiple properties. You should own multiple cars. You should. At one point, I had 5 or 6 different women, literally on speed dial, or not on speed dial, but I have their numbers like in my phone. I can call them up on the weekend. Hey, who wants to have sex? And then if one, and I start with the prettiest one. If she's too busy, then I go to the next one, the next one, next one, and then basically what I'm trying to say is you should get what you want, and right now you're not getting what you want in life, and I don't know.
no, I feel you.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, man. I'm ranting. I'm sorry.
No, I feel what you're saying. I feel like the prize has been taken away is really where I'm at.
What's the prize? What's the prize?
Well,
See,
I think that's the distraction.
You thought the prize was like a young, beautiful woman, kids, white picket fence,
Yeah.
2.1 kids, a nice dog in like a second ring suburb, and you're living good, and oh wow, the grass is green, and you. No, that's all bullshit. That's all. It's a corporate. That's corpo talk. You're the fucking prize. You see? No.
Well,
You're the prize, dude.
I feel you. I mean, but
Do you?
Yeah, I do. I see what you're saying, but like okay, let me give you an example. We had a guy here, like he worked here. He was kind of like a friend of mine, and he was like, man, and he wanted to just work doing what he did, but he there was just no money in it. He's like, I want to own something. He's like, I can't own nothing with this salary. So he ended up picking up his bags and leaving to Nebraska or something. So
I live in Nebraska.
yeah, he picked up and he was like, I think it was Nebraska. Bethany? Was that Nebraska?
There's a lot of places in Nebraska. It could be
All right.
That could be Bethany. Don't get sidetracked.
Yeah.
Let me give you another example. Okay. Are you familiar? Do you know who Brandon Trueblood is? A new guy.
No.
Okay, it doesn't matter. He's one of the last guys I met. He was in Chicago. He was actually he had just finished school. He had just finished trucking school. This guy's a perfect example. I have my bachelor's degree. Okay, Brandon Trueblood has his master's. He has his master's degree in mechanical engineering. But he hated corporate culture so much that he left. Or the way, in his own words, he was driven out by like an anti-male, man-hating, feminist culture.
I wouldn't even say it's man-hating, but yeah, go ahead.
These are his words. Not mine.
Urban.
No, I think it's just you can't be a man. I don't even think it's. I think it's more like that.
We are in two different spheres.
Hold on, let me finish. So why would a man who has a master's degree become a trucker? Well, he's going to be making close to 100 grand. He's his first year. He's going to be making over $80,000 as an over the road trucker.
Yeah, I was thinking
Understand?
about doing it because of that. Yeah.
And that's real money. That's real money. You pay off all your student debt in 1 year, and then the next year, then whatever. In 4 years, you paid off all your debt. You've acquired 2 properties. Now you can just get a local job and just work 30 or 40 hours a week, and then and then basically you have an easy rest of your life. I mean, that's how I see things. So,
Hey, you're not wrong, but
Yeah.
that's genius think. But I have to dealt with vice versa.
Huh?
I
Say it
had
again.
to dealt with vice versa. It's bullshit.
you had to deal with vice versa. I think you're just drunk, and so you're having
No,
problems
no, 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 no.
properly conjugating the
You
verbs.
are a you're
I'm a
saying it
Mexican.
right. You're saying it right. Basically, vice versa. I had to kick my ass into high gear, and I wasn't good enough for the fucking situation at hand. Coincidentally, it had to be a. You know what? I am too drunk.
No, it's okay. You know what? That's actually a perfect time to end this. I'm going to end the stream now.
I'm
I'm gonna,
perfectly good with this, Cowboy. I'm sorry.
no, it's okay. No. It's not you. It's not you. It's me. I mean, this is
No,
already
it
going
is
on for 2
me.
hours.
No, it's me.
Okay,
Two
all right.
thirty nine in the AM, fucking. But basically, what I was going to try to say is, you were talking about unions, and the unions I had to deal with were fucking nightmares. I got treated
I
like super shit.
I was at the gym today, and I met a retired educator, and he was saying the same thing. He was in the CPS, the Chicago Public School System, and he was like, "Man, office politics and all this unionized labor, and yeah, well, they say it's good, or collective bargaining is good, but but it could also destroy your career." And he was basically talking about how it severely hampered his career. And then and now he's whatever. I guess he's a janitor. The guy's like the guy's a what's the term he used? I can't remember. He basically is a janitor now for one of the other schools in the suburbs. And but he doesn't have to deal with any bullshit. He's only making half as much money, but he's not dealing with any of the bullshit. And it's like, okay,
Exactly.
whatever. Well,
Mhm.
No, that's kind of the deal with I'm dealing with. I could join them. I could either make maybe 12, $15 more an hour, but I'd be fucked over because I'd have to work more hours. I'd have to be
right,
dealing with the
right.
bullshit of the politics.
You got union dues, you got union
Exactly.
politics. Yeah, no, I know, right.
And
I work for a private company, and they
and
treat me well.
I don't know why the fuck it is that big of a split, but it is.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so listen, I'm sorry, gentlemen. I do need
I'm
to end
good.
this
I'm
stream.
gonna call it a night.
I'm very,
Appreciate
very
you.
appreciative. I'm very, very appreciative of both of you joining. New guy, please, in your alone moments, maybe think of some of the stuff. I mean, you're really entering. You're at the precipice of entering like your prime earning years. Statistically, a man makes more money between the ages of 40 and 60, those 2 decades. He tends to make more money those 2 decades than all other decades combined of his life. You're getting to that point where, as my father used to tell me, son, you gotta shit or get off the pot. Basically, you gotta figure out what you want to do.
There's a funny story about what you just said there, though. That
Oh,
saying,
well,
that
go ahead.
saying is what ruined my whole life, man.
If you want to share it real quick, go ahead. I
I
got
had
another minute. Go ahead.
I had a coworker who said that, and I said what you just. I can't say it. So, I said what you just said, and my
Yeah.
whole life got flipped upside down.
Oh, something involving like HR or
No, like my whole personal life just got flipped because of saying that I told her that comment, and
I see.
then I was like, well, I'm getting ready, like I was ready to like commit, and she she got Yeah, nope. Did that comment, dude? And she brought it up. I just think it's funny that you said it though.
Oh, okay.
No, that's good because
Yeah,
if you're gonna stick it out, cool. But if you're not gonna stick it out, if she got a good reason, good. That's all I'm saying.
yeah. But no, I agree with you. I agree with you what you say. I having my own issue trying to find my niche
Well,
on.
what I mean, do you want to let's talk about that for one more minute
Hey,
before I
hey,
end the
hey!
stream.
You want to be
Do
knee deep in pussy and fucking slay bitches? Go for it.
Well, no, I've had to
Yeah,
turn
yeah,
him
no,
away. I turn him away.
the bitches will come. Besides, he's a good-looking guy. That's not his problem. Getting girls not a problem. He says
Yeah,
he's good-looking.
no, yeah, I can get.
I'm
That's no
assuming
problem.
you're like a Chadley looking individual. What do you got, like bright blue eyes, and you're
Yeah,
tall. And,
yeah.
No. If he's African American, blue eyes is pretty far fetched. I'm not saying not possible, but pretty high probable.
okay, that
I'm
really added
drunk.
to the conversation right now. Okay, very good. Anyway, um, but again, that's not his
That's not my problem.
department. That's not his. That's not where. Yeah, that's not the department. The department in which he's having problems here. You know what you need a job. That's what you
Yeah,
need.
that's it.
You,
Which I have that coming up, which will help something. I guess I don't know. I
but
just.
okay, and that's good. That's a good start. But let's think more like career. What do you think
Yes.
you want to do as a career? Law enforcement, business, government, what the trades. You're university educated. What did you study in university? What was your major?
Entertainment.
Entertainment. Oh boy. Okay. So so what are you, like a thespian? What the hell does that mean?
I don't want to get into it.
They fuck on stage.
All right. Well, what about would you ever consider the trades like trucking
Well,
or
I've had the
plumbing?
problem. My problem.
Plumbers make a ton of money.
Well, like I don't get along with the guys too much because I don't know. They don't get along with me.
Hey, you don't have to see them. You're on a microphone at best.
Huh?
It's like me and Outlaw right now.
What?
I don't really like Outlaw, but he's cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
Okay.
well, okay, but
Um,
like yeah, I'm having like a social problem like with the men.
what's your problem with the men? They're
I don't
assholes.
know. Yeah, well, no, not there. I can deal with that, but
They're jealous of you because you're Chadley.
yeah. I got that side going, I think.
Okay. Well, I
Yeah, like
mean,
so I can't get hired by those guys because I'm like a clean cut, like, like so like I call them the big burly men. The ones I do get along with are like the bodybuilder guys.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
well, I
yeah,
mean,
that's
see,
probably
and all that is good. All that is well and good. But again, I'll go back to my previous statement. No matter what, at the end of the day, time goes by, right? You got to
hmm
figure out what you want to do. I'd recommend starting in a trade. I push this on almost everyone I know that isn't already well placed. Uh,
okay,
Even just try it out for a year. Get your CDL. Try trucking. I absolutely hated over the road. I did it for one full month. I did it for 31 consecutive days consecutively. I absolutely hated it. So I once I got back home, I applied for a local job. I got a local job. This is the best job I've ever had. Last
okay,
last week last week after taxes, I made 1,300.
that's
It's
pretty good.
not right. I was just about to say it. That's not super great, but that's okay. That's okay. That's a livable wage for a young man. And then on top of that, embrace embrace minimalism. On top of that, tackle your debts. And then after that, have you ever heard of the FIRE community? Financial independence, retire early.
No, I haven't. No,
No,
I'll look into that one. I'll look into that one after we get off here.
yeah. It's just basically, man, no one's coming to save you, man. And these women, they just fuck. They're gonna fuck you over, man. And they got and they're on their own team. They're not on your team anymore, man. They're on their own team, man. And it's just, I know, I'm sorry. I know this is all bad news, but, but if, if you accept the message and you internalize it, you will go through a catharsis. You know what a catharsis is?
Mm,
You're
turn
university educated, right?
catharsis. I, I'm gonna we're gonna look that one up.
Have you ever heard of the what's that called? That mythical bird?
Purification. So you're
Yeah.
talking about like a phoenix coming out of the ashes?
Yes, right.
Okay.
The old you needs to die. You need to crash and burn
Oh,
and
I'm in,
and smolder. And
I'm in the cocoon, man. I'm in the cocoon. I'm looking for my wings.
in the smoldering, in the suffering, you will realize what you'll have to do, and then you will accept what you will have to do, and then you'll do it. And then 12 years will go by, and then you'll be like, wow, I'm a millionaire. Wow, I should have done this earlier. And then you'll be rich, and then your worst decision that you have to make on a daily basis is, like I said earlier, what are you having to eat tonight? You know, shrimp or steak. So
Oh, it'll
I'll
always
leave it
be
with
steak.
that.
But yeah,
Listen, I'm so sorry. I do have to leave. Okay.
all right, man. Have a good night.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, just think about it. You got it. You got it. And I'm jealous of you. You're a Chadley fellow. I have green eyes. What color eyes you have? You got blue eyes?
Yep.
Okay. I don't know why. Girls like the blue eyes more than the green eyes. I don't
And they like
understand.
the bad boys too, man. It's
Yeah, yeah.
they don't stop.
No, no. You'll figure it out. Just think about it. Listen, I got to let you guys go.
All
Gentlemen,
right.
take care. Everyone in the chat, thank you for joining. It was a pleasure. I'm sorry I got to go. And yeah, it was just a surprise. I'm glad I was able to get it off the ground. And all right, I'll leave it at that. Everyone, this is Mgtow Cowboy. If you like my content, please like, please comment, please subscribe, and please share. And I'll leave it there. You gentlemen, take care. Bye now.
Take care. Have a good night. Bye.